The NASCAR XFINITY Series is racing at the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course this afternoon in Lexington, Ohio, and it has been a weather interesting day so far. Sunny skies this morning, cloudy as we got close to race time. The race just began under green, and after 2 laps completed under green, the rain has brought out the first caution of the day. I'm Dave Burns along with Hall of Famer Dale Jarrett, Mike Massaro, and Parker Kligerman joining us from pit road. And as we take a look at the weather, you can see the fans know they've got the sprinkles going. Rain in the forecast and in the area now. It is warm outside, and here's what the radar looks at. You see us up over there on the upper right, and not too bad there, but look, as we got closer to race time, it really started to build, and we expect more showers here this afternoon. So as NASCAR decides what to do next, they've actually told the teams now that they will call these damp conditions. Now, pit road is closed at the moment, but when they open pit road, damp means that the teams have the option, DJ, of going to the rain tires or staying on the slicks for now. If they called it wet, everyone would be changing over to the wet weather tires. But right now, it's damp and an option.
And I don't think they're going to open pit road right yet. I think they're going to see if we're going to get enough rain to where the teams feel comfortable coming in and putting on the wet weather tires. And then NASCAR's out of that business. It's up to the teams from this point forward throughout the rest of this race as to what tires they want to have on the car.
They will manage their sets for the weekend. 4 sets of slicks were given, 2 sets of rain tires, but then they offered them and gave them the opportunity to purchase a 3rd set of wet tires for emergencies only. Most of the teams, I would assume, did that and have those standing by as well. So this is the part of the course that is normally the fastest. Right now, they work behind the pace car after the kink and down to turn number 4. As we take a look at the onboard cameras we have for you this afternoon. You're riding with Ryan Blaney in the Ford Performance onboard camera, the only Sprint Cup Series driver in the event this afternoon. Started at the rear of the field after making some adjustments to his race car after qualifying. This is the Sun Energy One camera. It'll ride with Kenny Habul. He'll be in the 88 here this afternoon. Eric Jones in the Toyota Camry will have our Toyota onboard camera in the 20 car. And the pole sitter, Sam Hornish Jr., will carry the Sunoco onboard camera, and he has led all 3 laps so far this afternoon at the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. What's he thinking right now, DJ?
Sam Hornish?
Yeah.
Well, I think he's probably thinking that his car is good enough that he can win in either condition. Yeah, I think back more to an Eric Jones who had a tough weekend last week. He doesn't have a lot of road racing experience, but he had a tough weekend at Watkins Glen learning to road race. He's an outstanding driver, so he comes here this weekend much improved, and I think his approach was much better. He qualified very well, but now he's got to do something that he hasn't done either. You're throwing in a factor of a wet racetrack and tires that he hasn't been on, so it's going to be very interesting to watch. There's some drivers that are inside. If we could show them, they're really smiling and happy right now. So that looks like pit road is open. I see the lights on.
And the rain has increased, so I think now, yeah, and going to get wetter. So they're probably thinking rain tires here. Again, they get to keep their position they were running on the track once they exit here, should they choose to pit, which they all are. Parker?
See the 19 there of Daniel Suarez coming out of 3rd place. He's going to take 4 Goodyear wet radials and Sunoco fuel. The only thing he said on the radio was discussing the rules, understanding that this is actually a live pit stop. Mike?
Owen Kelly, his teammate, has a lot of experience racing in the rain, so they had debated actually staying with the slicks. They eventually went with the radials, the rain radials, however, instead. Meanwhile, Sam Hornish, 4 rain radials as well. No chassis adjustments. The race off pit road right now, dead even, it would seem, but Hornish just gets by Kelly off pit road.
No, Parker brought it up. That was my bad there. That was live pit stops. The one time that it would be pit stops where they didn't lose their positions would be if NASCAR had called it wet. But when they call it damp and give the teams the option, the pit stops are live. That's why you saw the fast activity, guys trying to get their driver back out before the next guy. Here's Ryan Blaney. We already mentioned he had brake issues and started at the rear of the field after they made some repairs, DJ.
Yeah, and this is going to be interesting to watch him come up through the field, and he actually got blocked in there too, so things not going his way right yet.
So they're back on track. You see the flashing red lights, the windshield wipers, the defoggers, the rain tires. We're going rain racing at the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course for the XFINITY Series. Come back and see what happens next.
I don't want to live with the uncertainties of Hep C.
Or wonder whether I should seek treatment. I am ready.
Because today, there's Harvoni, a revolutionary treatment for the most common type of chronic hepatitis C. Harvoni is proven to cure up to 99% of patients who've had no prior treatment. It transformed treatment as the first cure that's one pill once a day for 12 weeks. Certain patients can be cured with just 8 weeks of Harvoni. Harvoni is a simple treatment regimen that's been prescribed to more than 250,000 patients. Tell your doctor if you've had a liver transplant, other liver or kidney problems, HIV, or any other medical conditions, and about all the medicines you take, including herbal supplements. Taking amiodarone with Harvoni may cause a serious slowing of your heart rate. Common side effects of Harvoni may include tiredness, headache, and weakness.
I am ready to put Hep C behind me.
I am ready to be cured.
Are you ready? Ask your Hep C specialist if Harvoni is right for you.
Hey, thanks, Dad.
Pick you up in 2 hours. Keep them on.
Thanks, bro.
Later, Mom. Thank you.
Have fun.
Thanks, Dad. Thanks, Mr. Smith.
Hurry in for Toyota's annual clearance event, where you can find 0% APR financing for 60 months on the 2016 RAV4. Offer ends September 6th. For more great deals, visit Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
These Island Breeze frozen drinks are making me feel like I'm at a real beach party, man.
Yeah.
Strawberry mango margarita.
This pina colada's like dancing a conga line across my tongue.
Makes me wish we were part of a real conga line.
Oh, yeah? If you look behind you, you'll be pleasantly surprised.
What makes you think that I'd be in the mood for an island party? Hey, buddy.
What?
Hey, my eyes are right here, my friend.
Jump in the line for Island Breeze Frozen Drinks, part of Frozen Drink Headquarters. And don't forget, half-price shakes after 8 p.m. all summer. And get a free slush when you download the new Sonic app.
What do people see when they see you? They see me.
Better the devil you know than the devil you don't.
Keep it together.
I will not be owned.
Did you know you can watch every Xfinity Series race with the NBC Sports app and get closer with additional camera angles, driver stats, and track information? It's available on mobile, tablet, and connected TV. Download the app and find out more at NBCSports.com/live. And even in the rain, DJ. We are at the Mid-Ohio Sports Car course, and the rain has intensified. Almost every car has been on and off of pit road. I'm going to say everybody has at this point.
Yeah.
Had a chance to take on their rain tires, and then some have been unfortunately off the track. And DJ, racing in the rain, that's a different thing. You take a different course around the track if you do it.
Yeah, you're actually trying to go around, and you will be out of the groove because of everything, all the oil and everything that's actually in the groove. The rubber that's there becomes even more slick. So you're out looking where there's nothing on. You're trying to find some grip by not being in that main part of the track. And, you know, we've got a guy that's actually done some of that. I think we'll let him talk about it because I had a hard enough time staying on the track when it was dry, so I never experienced having to do it when it was wet.
Parker, you've had the pleasure. How much fun is it?
Oh my gosh, it is a lot of fun, but not really in the conditions we're in at the moment. I would call this torrential or monsoon conditions. We're actually hiding under a tent here for the Joe Gibbs Racing Team, number 20 of Eric Jones. But one thing you have to watch is for a driver in the wet, you avoid the racing line. And why do you avoid the racing line? Because it's polished, it has rubber on it, and the grit of the racetrack is not up in the asphalt. So you try to get away from it and find places where the asphalt is not polished, and therefore there's grit. But right now in these conditions, vision is probably the hardest thing. There's gonna be spray from the race cars, and really just being able to expel this much water off the windscreen is gonna be incredibly tough.
Parker, thanks, and I think we got a 6-foot Ziploc bag for you coming your way right now, so stand by for that. Here is Kenny Houle. You ride on board with him in the 88 car. You can see the conditions he's dealing with. Every team is required to put a wiper motor and a wiper blade on there, along with a tail light that runs. It's not a braking light, but it's a tail light to keep everyone able to see you when you're running down the straightaway, and a defogger as well. So you don't have to run the windshield wiper. Sam's shooting not to.
Yeah, a lot of them just have Rain-X on there, and it will dispel the water. Maybe some feel in a better fashion, especially after they get going. But they're having a hard time even just getting around here under caution. All
right, guys, we just spun out right here. Get back going right here.
It is very, very different, and like being on ice at some points, DJ.
Yeah, as Parker pointed out, this is probably the worst case scenario where it's raining so hard. You know, if you just have a wet racetrack and you can see and you can kind of deal with that, but you know, when it makes it difficult to see and you're trying to figure out exactly how hard you can and can't go, we're going to see a lot of cars off the track.
See if we can see what happened to Kenny Habul here. He's cruising along. Just adds a little bit of throttle there.
Yeah, and that's what he's trying to see exactly. You know, how much throttle can I get? And we talk about the amount of time that they spend. They spend in second gear, then that's only going to make this more difficult to go around this track.
The revs are up. The wheels are ready to grab more traction.
Yep.
And what about more shifting, DJ? Would you ever go to a higher gear just to avoid doing that?
Yeah, you know, there are going to be times that they may want to get it in a higher gear at some places that they were probably close before, but it was advantageous to stay in that gear. But that option will be there for them.
So NASCAR does have track drying equipment here, but they will not, quote unquote, dry the track. They will be available for puddles like this situation here, because NASCAR's goal, and the reason they issued these rain tires in the first place, started with a truck series way back close to the turn of the century here, was to be able to get events in for the fans and the competitors. But they've got to make it safe to race, and puddles like that have to be dealt with. So a lot at stake here, opportunities for winners, but also opportunities for people not to lose a lot of points, and for some, maybe to jump in the top 12, DJ, and enter this Xfinity chase.
Yeah, I'd have to say that it's that group there that we see from Ryan Sieg basically in 11th back at least through 15th. They all have that opportunity to be a part of this chase in the first year for the Xfinity Series. And getting in conditions like this, you know, this is a tough stretch for them. They have 3 road course races in a 4-week period. So, you know, they don't have these are teams that don't have the bigger funds and the big crews to handle everything. And you take a Blake Cook that last week had a good run going. Had this happened up in the S's at Watkins Glen, nowhere to go, tears up his race car, and so this was a tough week for them to get their backup car ready. And you know, you think about today and how difficult this is going to be. They've got to look ahead in just 2 weeks. They've got to do this again. So very difficult for these teams as they fight and battle to try to be a part of the chase in that top 12.
You see on the left there at the top, Blake entered with a 24-point lead, finished 35th, only 2 points now above the cut line, and that brought the 3 drivers to the right all up.
They'll just be looking to, you know, this today becomes a matter of survival for them. You know, stay on the track. Don't make that mistake that's going to cost you a lot of points in this situation, and try to give yourself the best opportunity in these next 6 races to be inside the top 12.
The month of August, road course month for the Xfinity Series. 3 of the 4 weekends are on the road courses. Mike Massaro.
Well, we talked a little bit, Dave, at the beginning of the show about guys who have some experience on road courses. Well, there's a couple of guys at the front of the field, Sam Hornish and Owen Kelly. They've got a lot of experience, but Sam Hornish has more experience up on top of his pit box in the rain as well. His crew chief, Andrew Dickinson, who's normally the team engineer, has a lot of experience in it. In fact, he may know Owen Kelly better than Sam Hornish does. Years ago, in 2007, the crew chief for Sam Hornish, Dickinson, was actually the team engineer for Owen Kelly in the V8 Super Series in a race at Oran Park in Sydney, Australia. That day was run in the rain. Owen Kelly went to victory lane that day, and Andrew Dickinson took a big part of the victory home with him as well. They share a lot of knowledge on how to race in the rain, and these two could come down to the finish line at the end of the day, and, well, there might be some Australian pride on the line as well.
Mike, you cannot make that stuff up. Great story. We'll be watching Owen Kelly, who's already got a donut on the side of the 18. It's going to be rough out there this afternoon. Rain at Mid-Ohio, under caution, but getting closer to coming back to the green flag and racing right here.
The Ford Freedom sales event is on. Our biggest event of the year just got better. Announcing 0 for 72 across the entire lineup of Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs. Plus, tag vehicles now get 1,000 smart bonus. That's freedom from interest and freedom to choose with Ford, America's best-selling brand. Now get 0% financing for 72 months across the entire Ford lineup. Plus, specially tagged vehicles get 1,000 smart bonus.
Good news. This year, you and the family are making it to Galactic World without a hitch. Because when your check engine light came on, you went to AutoZone and checked it out for free.
And our Fix Finder helped you figure out what was wrong so you could fix it quick.
Now this sweet ride is ready for the journey to the promised land. You know, the land with $9 sodas and 3-hour lines you promised to take your kids to. With our help, you can always fix your car with confidence. Hoods up, America.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Do I have to worry about you, Teresa?
Good news. This year, you and the family are making it to Galactic World without a hitch. Because when your check engine light came on, you went to AutoZone and checked it out for free.
And our Fix Finder helped you figure out what was wrong so you could fix it quick.
Now this sweet ride is ready for the journey to the promised land. You know, the land with $9 sodas and 3-hour lines you promised to take your kids to. With our help, you can always fix your car with confidence. Hoods up, America.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
How can Time Warner Cable Media help grow your business?
The advertising's working because from the online presence via the web, coming back in through emails, phone calls, etc., we've seen a tremendous spike. I will say honestly that we will continue to do business with Time Warner Cable Media because the relationship and partnership that we've created has been spectacular. I'm Blake Alford, president of CEI, the digital office, and Time Warner Cable Media helped me grow my business.
Time Warner Cable Media. That's how.
NASCAR on USA is brought to you by Ford. We go further so you can. And by AutoZone. Hoods up, America. AutoZone has everything you need to get in the zone. AutoZone. Welcome back to the Mid-Ohio Challenge on a rainy day, which we expected, and the teams were prepared for mentally and literally with rain tires issued by Goodyear. And they have bolted them on these big stock cars now, and we're about to see what they can do. NASCAR's had the opportunity to get around the track there in the pace car, DJ, and I know looking for those puddles, which could be really troublesome. And they said they're not going to blow off the track necessarily in those areas, but they might vacuum up some of that water.
Yeah, that's the biggest issue. It's these areas to where the water runs across, and it does create that puddle. And I think that we're talking mostly around turn 6 is where their issues might be. And so they're going to try to get as much as that. But, you know, looking at the weather with more rain coming, this could be an issue quite a bit of the day.
That was about a 10-minute downpour we had here just recently. Sprinkles brought out the caution after 2 green flag laps on a dry track. And then we had the big downpour, which has now subsided. And that is the 33 of Brandon Jones back on pit road again, Mike.
Yeah, and they've got some issues with their wiper system right now, Dave. It will not function. They've been down pit road a few times already trying to repair that. It has not worked, so instead they're going to go to the old-fashioned route. They're going to break out the Rain-X and put it on the windshield, hoping that gives Brandon Jones a little bit more visibility as much as they can. You can see one crew member just pounding on the windshield, perhaps trying to loosen up maybe something that might be stuck. I'm not really sure, but still the wiper system not functional on the 33.
Mike, that's what I do. Is it not working? Hit it and hit it again. See if you can get it to jar something loose there. Drying off the windshield first and then applying that product and sheds the rain, DJ.
That's the idea.
To the best of its ability. That's why they make it. So Brandon Jones on pit road, one of several Richard Childress Racing entries here this weekend, including the pole sitter you see there in the red and black too. That is Sam Hornish, continuing to pace the field around. And we want to take a look at the entire track, DJ. Let's say this is under dry conditions.
Yeah, see, turn 1's a left-hander, go through there in second gear, up to third, downshift back to second gear. And then this is the fastest part of the track here, even though we have a little bit of a kink of a corner there. Once they get to turn 4, over through turn 9, they're going to be running that through in second gear. And that's going to be very, very difficult in these rain conditions now. So a lot of this, again, not a ton of shifting, a lot in second gear. It's going to make it much of a challenge, but we're going to see them taking a much different line than what we saw earlier.
13 turns, and we would normally think of a fuel window being maybe 30 to 32 laps here. But now, the other thing the rain does, DJ, is brings the speeds way down, and the fuel calculations will be very different.
Yeah, way slower timed around here. We saw the Sam Hornish yesterday in his final run was 84 seconds around here, a minute 24. We're going to see probably a minimum of 15 seconds more and probably closer into the 20 and 25 second range. She's going to slow it down that much more, especially as they try to figure out exactly what they can and can't do around here, which just brings in better fuel mileage. So, they'll be looking at this point. If we have rain continuing on, and we were looking at most of them thinking about a 2-stop race, very real possibility that from this point forward, they will be looking at 1 stop.
Brendan Gaughan there in the 62. His qualifying position was 12th. He'll be 4th as they come back to green here. Pace car is off. Wet weather tires on these Xfinity Series cars, and we are back under green at Mid-Ohio.
This shall be quite interesting, Dave.
PK down to the right there in the 98 car, looking for positions way down on the inside. Cautiously, aggressively coming off the turn, and Owen Kelly has put the 18 out front already.
Yeah, it looked like he was able to get his up to speed a little bit better, a little easier with the throttle. Sam looked like he tried to stab the throttle a little bit more. You can see him now. They would have normally been down around the curbing there, and so they're going outside of that.
Like you talked about, there's oil and other debris down in the line. Parker talked about how smooth it was.
Nice and easy here. You clear by about 10. They're too wide back there.
They want grip, and they look for places to find it.
Yeah, we talked about Brendan Gaughan winning just a couple of years ago at Road America whenever it rained there.
And NASCAR is now telling us the restart is under review, which they will do, and there's a possibility that someone jumped the gun just a little bit, but we'll get the clarification on that as soon as they bring it. And they are now calling that restart good. And Owen Kelly is around in the 18.
Hang on.
Out of 5 and down into 6, and he's trying to keep it from stalling. He does, and he loses the lead on a very slick racetrack.
Yeah, and trying to get back going out of that wet grass is going to be difficult, and then shooting him right where the cars are coming. Here comes Ryan Blaney right at him.
Blaney in the 22. He woes it down just enough, and Owen Kelly is going from the lead.
Here, just take it easy going through here.
Back to the middle of the pack. So you see the 42 there of Justin Marks. He has gone to the lead in that altercation. The 1-car altercation. Very, very difficult conditions for these drivers. So Brendan Gaughan in the 62. He now pulls into second, and the 2-car of Sam Hornish is in fact the leader. Marks is in second.
Yeah, Justin Marks did a great job of getting through all of that and getting through that initial start down in turn 2.
Here's what happened to Kelly.
Yeah, and that's getting out there where you normally would run. So that's, you can see that curbing is there, and that's where the drivers are going to be. And so it's just very, very slick, even trying to power up and trying to be careful.
See, Hornish scoots through there, and Justin Marks goes around Brendan Gaughan. Marks, by the way, started 10th, now is all the way up to 2nd. Further back in the pack, Roush Fenway Racing teammates. The 6 of Bubba Wallace, too far to the outside. His teammate, the 16 of Brian Reed, was looking for a place to go. And you got to remember that approaching those corners, DJ, the guy in front of you is going to take that wider line.
He's going to take that. And as difficult as you think it is to see out front, drivers aren't taking the time to look in their mirror. So you got to be careful of the positions that you put yourself in, because they're really not paying attention to what you may be doing.
Look at this. Visibility, very, very difficult. That is the 40 of Alon Day from Israel. Runs in the NASCAR Euro Series. Over here for his first start in the Xfinity Series. Has some rain experience. As the 98 of Nelson Piquet Jr. goes around. Same spot that Kelly lost it.
Exactly the same spot.
And there, Ryan Reed may have had a little assistance from his teammate there. That was tight.
Well, I think Bubba was
still on your left. Clear.
Maybe not very happy with what had transpired before, as he felt like he might have been forced off course just a little bit.
Okay, now they've both been off, and that's what happened to Kelly. Looks like he's been off again, or was the recipient of some dust from somebody else. There are sand traps here. We noticed last week at Watkins Glen, lots of paved areas. This track still has a lot of the sand traps, DJ.
You know, and two drivers that we really thought may benefit from wet conditions, Owen Kelly and Nelson Piquet Jr., both drivers have already spun and been off the course.
Well, and both drivers have not been in an Xfinity Series car for 3 years. Now can I call Marks the leader?
Yes, he absolutely is.
He got around Sam Hornish, and Justin Marks, this is definitely in his wheelhouse. A road racer in his own right. He goes to the lead in the Chip Ganassi Racing 42.
First off, he's a good road racer, and he's probably been in these conditions, understands this a little bit more. You can see him be very easy. He's doing an outstanding job, really not spinning the tires like we've seen a lot of the other drivers.
Here's what happened to Nelson Piquet. He was in that outside like you like to be, but boy, when you put the power down.
Yeah, he just tried to get a little too much there at one time.
And then the 16 finds the gravel there. There's Ryan Reed back on track in the left. Ryan had a great qualifying run, qualified 8th, but now runs back in just the 9th position.
And we talked about Ryan Blaney. We saw him in that shot. He started in the rear, already up to the 11th spot for him.
Brendan Gaughan back just a little bit, and right behind him, the 90 car of Andy Lally. That's a great story this weekend. Andy, a very experienced road racer in the rain.
That's what a story this could be. I mean, this is played right into his hand, and the reason that he was called about even driving the car this weekend.
Car owner Mario Gosselin saw the weather forecast for this weekend, realized that this would not be his best opportunity to win, and so he called Andy midweek. Andy, what are you doing? I want you to come run my Xfinity Series car. They worked out a deal, and Lally is going to the front. Parker?
Yeah, one thing to note with Andy is I spoke to him this morning. I asked him about the rain, and he said, you know, I'm looking at this race as finishing top 10. I'd be excited. If I'm outside the top 10, I'll be destroyed. But the biggest thing about the rain, he said, a lot of these guys will struggle. Why? This place is real. Oh, you see Owen Kelly get off here again. He said this place is really slick because this surface is not only polished on the groove, but even off the groove. And he felt like some of his experience in sports cars was really going to help him.
Lally, Parker, is all the way up to 3rd now behind Marks and Hornish. Not in the picture there as Hornish keeps Marks in his sights.
Yeah, I've been impressed with Sam, too. I don't think Sam's been in this situation in quite a while, and even though he's done it before, I think he really understands he's got a good race car. He's got a good team behind him, just kind of taking it easy. Oh, he's Blake Cook and Ryan Sieg, 2 of the drivers that we talk about trying to battle for that 12th spot.
Ryan Sieg in the 39 came in here in 11th. 1 position to the good on the chase standings, but only 29 points ahead of the cutoff line. Blake Cook, on the other hand, just 2 points ahead of the cutoff line. And 2 laps ago, here's what happened to Blake. It's been an adventure already.
Yeah, he's really charging the corner there.
Especially that corner.
Yeah, it's
one of the tightest on the track right there, the keyhole. Yeah. Sieg gets by there. And now Cook to the outside. Oh, getting around the 39 of Sieg there. Justin Marks in the 42 cruising. And you're right, DJ, that car just looks very solid as he comes off and enters each corner. Not a lot of wiggle there. And we talk about opportunities. This car this year shared with Kyle Larson. And so for Marks, the opportunity to win may not be there as often maybe as it is for Kyle Larson. This presents it for this driver.
Yeah, it sure does. And that's what you want. As a driver, you're looking for opportunities that are there and for you to showcase what you can do. And with this series and the opportunity to race in the rain, this gives him kind of a leg up on a lot of the other competitors.
See how wide he enters turn number 1. Here comes Sam Hornish pursuing. Putting a lap on the 51 of Jeremy Clements, another one of the bubble drivers. Clements running back in 37th position now. Mike with more on Sam Hornish.
You know, Dave, you would think that Sam Hornish would be one of the guys who was looking forward to it possibly raining, so it would eliminate some of his competition. But I was surprised when I talked to him today. He said, I don't want it to rain. My car is just way too good on dry conditions. We don't want it to rain. And also, the other thing he was concerned about, maybe something we're all concerned about, the other drivers on the racetrack. He said, my car's way too good. I'm worried about somebody else making a mistake in the rain and taking me out.
Great point, Mike. Sam very confident in his own abilities. He's been that way all weekend. But it's that other guy you got to watch out for, Dale.
Well, there's so much going on.
TJ Bell is stuck. And that will bring out the caution for the second time today. Caution out at the Mid-Ohio Sports Car course. An exciting event happening right now in the rain as they navigate this Lexington, Ohio road course.
Quick question. How do I edit my photos on the chat snap?
I showed you already, like 3 times. You know we're gonna teach you how to use these. So, buy one phone for your kid and get one free for you. It's easier that way.
This back-to-school season, buy one Samsung Galaxy S7 and get one free. Plus, Sprint's network reliability is now within 1% of Verizon. And Sprint saves you 50% on most Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile rates.
And Mom, don't forget to poke your friends on Bookface.
This just got interesting. Why pause to take a pill? Or stop to find a bathroom? Cialis for daily use is approved to treat both erectile dysfunction and the urinary symptoms of BPH, like needing to go frequently, day or night. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and medicines and ask if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain or Adempas for pulmonary hypertension, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Do not drink alcohol in excess. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, get medical help right away for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss in hearing or vision, or any symptoms of an allergic reaction, stop taking Cialis and get medical help right away. Ask your doctor about Cialis and a $200 savings card.
With bacon strips, bacon jam, and bacon crumbles, it's a bacon lover's fantasy.
I know what you're thinking, but come on. It's called the Bacon 3-Way Burger. What'd you expect?
The Bacon 3-Way Burger, only at Carl's Jr. and Hardee's.
Great, my Mercury agents. You're not gonna believe what happened. Superhero battle? Yeah. So the red guy threw my car at the blue guy, and the blue guy had a freeze ray. It was like, psh.
We see that a lot this time of year.
Really? Don't worry, we cover superhero damage.
And save you money, too.
Incoming!
We're on a mission to save you money.
I didn't get where I am by letting my clients bully me.
I'm not looking to be a 3-person firm forever.
Didn't you hear me? We're running out of time.
I'm with you.
You were high the night of those murders, and you lied to me about it.
I don't know what to tell you. How about you start with telling me the goddamn truth?
Suits, only Wednesday at 9 on USA.
How do you get your NASCAR coverage when you're on the go? How about NASCAR Mobile, the official app of NASCAR, puts race coverage and live in-car cameras at your fingertips. You can also listen to drivers and teams discuss race strategy. Today, that could be huge. Download free at NASCAR.com/mobile. We are under caution for that car right there. That's TJ Bell. And DJ, it wasn't like he got a lot of help. He was under a little bit of pressure from a driver who's very quick on this course today.
Yeah, just trying to get a little more out of the car than what he could there. You can see that there's Owen Kelly trying to make his way back up through the field after a couple of excursions, but drives it in the corner a little too hard, does TJ Bell. Gets
so frustrating. Yeah, the last corner was good.
Yeah.
And then that.
Yeah, just when you think you know what you can do.
And there is Bell. You see the radar right now. We are in the middle of that. So raining just a little bit harder here, under caution as the pace car has the field. Cruz taking some evasive action, trying to wait out a little bit of the downpour here. That is Justin Marks. He got around the 2 of Sam Hornish. He leads at Mid-Ohio.
You and I.
My brother and I have always been rivals. We would dream about racing each other in Monaco.
And you were always by my side.
We were born brothers. Competition made us friends. Wishbold in a 2017 Camry. Toyota, let's go places.
With bacon strips, bacon jam, and bacon crumbles, it's a bacon lover's fantasy.
I know what you're thinking, but come on. It's called the Bacon 3-Way Burger. What'd you expect?
The Bacon 3-Way Burger, only at Carl's Jr. and Hardee's.
Just like pit crews help race cars win on the track, STP Ultra 5-in-1 Fuel System Cleaner can help your car win on the street. It's formulated to help remove power-robbing deposits from the entire fuel system. Go with a winner. Go with STP.
It's the Modern Family Mophie Saturday. This Saturday's theme, back to school. Going back to school isn't just hard on the students.
What is that shirt?
Haley Dunphy Moving Company, see? Because we're moving you here and here. And also here.
Modern Family Back to School tonight after NASCAR on USA. Presented by Cheetos, dangerously cheesy.
From the dirt roads in the foothills of North Carolina to the smooth sands of the beaches of Daytona to the main streets of small-town USA, they are drawn, along with many others, to bring their stories, their energy, and their fearlessness right here to our house. Visit the NASCAR Hall of Fame this weekend. This is our sport. This is our house.
Welcome to Honda. See anything you like?
Yeah. Now is the moment to get the Honda Civic you love, voted 2016 North American Car of the Year at the Honda Summer Clearance Event, going on now.
For over 60 years, STP has been developing products to help cars run at their peak performance. To get the inside track on NASCAR racing, go to NBCSports.com/Inside NASCAR.
Welcome back to the Mid-Ohio Challenge, and Challenge it has been. I'm Dave Burns along with Dale Jarrett, Parker Kligerman, and Mike Massaro, and the whole NBC crew bringing you the Xfinity Series racing here this afternoon. The challenge has been to deal with the rain. Race tires on these cars after they pitted. So far, DJ, Justin Marks has handled it best, and he got the lead from Sam Hornish just a few laps into this wet situation.
Yeah, he proved right off that first lap. Once we went back to green, he picked up 8 spots in the one lap, but then made quick work of Sam Hornish too, and he was basically about a second to a second and a half faster than the rest of the field, so he figured this out very, very quickly.
Experience in this type of discipline gives him confidence, and he's taken that Chevrolet to the front. Other cars coming toward the front. You see the 90 of Lally passing through. The 6 of Bubba Wallace, good run for him so far. The 20 of Jones keeping it on track. How about this young man? Alon Day, the 24-year-old from Israel, running in the NASCAR Whelen Euro Series. He is over here for his first start with Carl Long Racing in the 40 car. The goal is to run also a couple more the other road course race, Road America if he can, and perhaps a couple of ovals before the year's out, and maybe race here full-time next year.
Doing
Good
an
start.
outstanding job here today. Yeah, I don't know what he can do in dry weather, but he's really good in the wet conditions. But great that he's getting this opportunity and making the most of it right now.
He was so excited to be here, and with the possibility of rain, that lit him up even further. So continuing under caution, you see Jeremy Clements coming to pit road in the 51 car. There's Alon. Part of the NASCAR Next program to get young drivers from a diverse background involved in NASCAR, and they've certainly done it here. So under caution for the second time this afternoon.
And in a radio show this morning, he said that he's been hoping for rain all week, came to the right place, because that's what it's looked like. But he just felt like that gave him the best shot here. And that's someone that's very confident in their abilities in this type of a situation. We see Elliott Sadler coming to pit road here. Going to make some adjustments, I believe. Try to make his car better. Elliott told me some things that they could do, some shock adjustments and possibility of taking some spring rubbers out of the rear springs so that he can get better forward biting. Mike?
And Dale, as you can see, wedge adjustments both sides of that race car, but here's the biggest adjustment. Again, more rain radials for the one car, trying to give him a little bit more grip. You can see, as you mentioned, going to work on the spring rubber right there on the rear, making that adjustment, making sure everything is done perfect. The wiper is working, and I can say at this end of pit road, not everybody's is, but it's good to see that Elliott's is fully functional.
See, Brennan Poole was on pit road as well. David Starr. And best explanation I can make, DJ, is that you make the car lean more when you do that, which provides grip into those tires.
Yeah, that's what you're trying to do, is make this tire get as much grip as you possibly can in the different ways, and there's only a couple of ways that you have that. So they'll soften those shocks to where the car actually, it would almost be as something that the car flops around a little bit because you're not asking for it to corner quickly. You're just looking for as much grip as you can possibly get at this point in time. By taking those spring rubbers out, you get the rear to do that, and it'll help you with your forward bite. So doing everything that they can, even though this is going to put Elliott back a ways, and they can put those tires that they just took off, they'll be able to put those back on, but they wanted to make these adjustments and put on a fresh set of tires all at the same time.
Safety crews have removed the 97 of TJ Bell from the sand trap. A little bit of cleanup before they get back to green here at Mid-Ohio.
What do you want for lunch, honey?
Can I have some KFC original recipe?
Excellent choice. But might I suggest something a little extra crispy? My extra crispy $5 fill-up is freshly double-breaded by hand. It's a tasty real meal for just $5.
Am I an extra crispy boy?
Sure, kid. KFC. It's extra crispy good.
I was made in the shadows of greatness, shaped by the hands of legacy, forged in the fires of racing. I've been challenged, tested, and proven. Whether it's on that track or off, the truth is, what you're made of is what you're made to do.
You know, Viagra helps guys with erectile dysfunction get and keep an erection. Talk to your doctor about Viagra.
Ask your doctor if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Viagra if you take nitrates for chest pain or Adempas for pulmonary hypertension. Your blood pressure could drop to an unsafe level. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. Stop taking Viagra and call your doctor right away if you experience a sudden decrease or loss in vision or hearing.
Ask your doctor about Viagra.
How's it going? Hi. Today we're going to be comparing the roll-formed high-strength steel bed of the Chevy Silverado to the aluminum bed of this competitor's truck. Awesome. All right, let him drop. Let's see how the aluminum bed of this truck held up.
Oh, wow. That's a good-sized puncture.
That's all the way through, for sure.
Full-on crack here.
You're aluminum now, you're gonna go, ooh. Let's check out the Silverado steel bed.
Wow. Yeah, a couple dents.
I'd expect more dents.
Chevy clearly held up better than the Ford.
Tell me I can't wrestle because I'm a girl. That I can't be a girl because I wrestle. Tell me I can't become a U.S. Olympian. And tell me I can't do it while earning a degree. Tell me I can't, so I can show you I can.
At DeVry University, the support we give Adeline is the same we give every one of our students working to achieve greatness. DeVry University, different on purpose.
Not everything is better live, but SmackDown is. SmackDown Live, Tuesdays at 8 on USA.
Years of racing, I don't think I've ever seen that transpire before.
Oh my goodness.
The hell blew up?
Joey Logano knows Brad Keselowski is better in some areas.
Brad was faster than me. I was running as hard as I can, trying not to make mistakes.
Brad Keselowski with problems on his fourth.
You got a tire run, I believe. Right rear is hanging out of the car. Track bar is moving in the back. With leaking rear entry.
Logano wins at the Glen.
Way to go, 12 team.
When we tell you to expect the unexpected at the road courses, Watkins Glen had plenty of that last week. And we've seen more of not the same, but different here at Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course this afternoon. There's Eric Jones in the 20 car carrying one of our onboard cameras today for Toyota. And showing very well right now. 6th place for Jones. I would say hasn't put a wheel off, but we haven't seen every lap and every turn. He's kept it in good position. And you see him reaching up to the dash there, DJ, saving fuel under these cautions. And now we're wondering if possibly this will be a one-stop race.
I don't think there's any doubt as to what, with being able to not go any faster than what you can and use any more fuel, that they're looking. They've got one more set of these rain tires that they can put on. And I think that they'll run to that point that they feel comfortable of being able to make it the rest of the way. And that certainly has changed. We were looking at lap 40 being that time, and I think that'll probably be sooner than that now.
Of course, we're talking about the leaders. A number of cars at the back of the field have been to pit road. Will that put them in a hazardous situation as we get back under green here? The leader is the green and yellow 42 of Justin Marks. First laps he's led in the series his entire career. And he's back under green. Hornish gets the jump. And now Lally to the inside. Lally in the 90 will look for the lead as Hornish goes wide. Grip level at a minimum. Car spinning. Hornish in trouble. The 62 have gone around. Hornish still spinning. Visibility very low. Sam trying to get refired. And the rest of the field may have made it through, DJ.
I don't know how, but they did.
My goodness, off of the first corner. Hornish trying to gather it back in after taking the lead from Marks. Overshot.
How about Bubba Wallace here, trying to take the second spot from Andy Lally right here. He'd moved up to fourth before that last caution.
Wallace in the 6, now getting a challenge from Lally on the outside.
This is a corner that a lot of drivers have had trouble. You can see Bubba get in there a little bit hot, able to hold on for the time being.
It's a trouble corner in the dry. It's treacherous in the wet. Bubba hangs on, stays in second. And there's the other trouble spot of the day, coming off elevation change, the car getting light off the top of the hill anyway.
Yeah, and you can see the water puddle up a little bit more there too, so completely different place here. Sam Hornish having more trouble.
This is going badly right now for Sam Hornish, the local from about 2 hours away in Defiance, Ohio. So happy to represent Ohio here again. Was hoping for a great day this afternoon and had one of the fastest cars all weekend. But everything has changed with the weather.
Yeah, this isn't anything about being fast now. We can see here on the start of the race, it looked like Hornish might have been in a good spot over there. He got a great start, actually was able to outduel Justin Marks right there, but a little too much speed. Then he gets off. Oh, he actually gets hit by Brendan Gaughan right there. That's what sent him spinning.
So that was the one car that didn't avoid Sam, was Brendan.
Green flag. Your right side. Right side, all clear, Sam. Sam, all clear. Looking inside. Left side. Left side.
There you feel the contact on Sam Hornish from Gaughan, who was just looking for a place to go. Brendan, for his part, back to 15th, and Sam currently shown 20th. Here it is again. Kind of looks like Brendan got out of shape and may have spun into Sam.
Yeah, I think the water's kind of puddled up right there, and that's in the bend of the corner there, the first turn, where they were trying to negotiate that right then, and it was the contact. See, then he's trying to make a run on Ryan Blaney there. Spins, keeps it going the right direction. Elliott Sadler makes a pass. Mike?
He didn't say much after that, DJ. All that he said was that he felt like he hydroplaned there a little bit and lost control, obviously, as we saw. But, you know, these conditions are pretty treacherous. Don't know what you're going to find around every corner, literally.
Here he's grabbing steering wheel, and he's off again, Mike. He's now going to spin toward the barrier and into the sand.
Yeah, that's getting stuck there. I don't think he's going to get out of there, even with the sand being wet. I don't think this is going to probably bring out another caution.
Looking for grip and not finding it. Sam Hornish now in reverse, trying to pull the two-car out on its own.
You're moving, keep moving.
And Elliott Sadler is around in the 1. Elliott was running 18th when that spin happened. There he is at the top of the screen, and Hornish gets it moving. Didn't think that was going to happen.
Well, he really, yeah, that's very right, but the caution has come out now.
And your good caution's going to be out here.
NASCAR monitoring the conditions around the racetrack, but also watching the cars that are spun or perhaps stuck and in need of assistance from the safety crew here.
Yeah, I think they were pretty sure that Sam wasn't going to get out of there. We haven't seen it happen many times, but with it being wet and packed down, helped a little bit more.
Look at that car just turn when he tries to save it.
Well, brakes are just no good in this situation. So the more you try to attack and challenge the corners, especially the entry to the corner, the worse position you put yourself in.
I believe that's entering turn 4.
Yes.
The sand traps doing their job, keeping him out of the barrier there.
Problem is, once you make a mistake and then you try to atone for that mistake, then you just find yourself getting in more and more trouble. And, you know, the visibility isn't good. And so just going a few feet too far, it creates more of a bad situation, obviously, in these conditions.
Sam is going to stay on track. Hasn't damaged the car to any degree that he would need to come down pit road. Although we do see the grill there getting filled with some dirt and grass from his off-track excursions. Meanwhile, Blaney, who had restarted way back in the pack, is all the way up to 14th. Got a little crazy for him in the keyhole.
Yeah, a little contact there.
Ryan Ellis in the black 25, getting into the 22 there. And again, they're both going for that outside line to the left there, DJ. That's one of the reasons why that happens.
Yeah, and trying to go too wide right now is just asking for trouble because you can't both.
On track, keep digging.
You see Yaley in the 44 there had woed up. Ellis dove to the inside and then could not grip.
Yeah, you can't, if you're going to be side by side into these corners, you can't both be in that preferred spot, and that's even more treacherous now than ever before.
Although the way we've had it described to us, I'm not sure there is a preferred line right now.
Well, no.
Very slick racing track, a polished surface. The oil and other debris from the racing comes up, makes it slick, but they are on rain tires. Navigating the best they can through this 2+ mile road course. So far, Mark's looking very good.
Yeah, Bubba Wallace right behind him has done an outstanding job also.
Who knew?
Yeah, I didn't know that Bubba was ready for this, but showing his skills, not only road racing, but in wet weather. And then Andy Lally, I think we knew that, you know, this isn't a car that normally would run up front, but you put a driver with this kind of experience behind the wheel in these conditions, and can't be surprised at what you get. This isn't about your equipment, isn't about horsepower, isn't about downforce. This is sheer driver ability and understanding the situation.
And for Wallace, hasn't had a top 10 in the last 4 races, wanting something good to happen here this weekend, and the 6 car now looking good in second. Third place car, Andy Lally in the 90. 7th in 2014 at Road America in the rain. That was one of those days, DJ, where we saw somebody throwing on the dries and making hay, somebody throwing on the wets at the right time and making hay. And we could see that here this afternoon as Brendan Gaughan comes down pit road. He was the guy that made it work on the wet weather tires at Road America for that win back in 2014. Parker?
And you see that little bit of damage on the right front. That is why they pitted. He got a little bit of a collision on track. They're going to put 4 Goodyear tires on it here. Wet radials, and probably put Sunoco fuel in as well, but no adjustments. Just trying to work on that right front fender this time.
About 54 laps from the end here, DJ. They will probably fill it full of fuel, but what do you think? Slow enough pace yet?
Gosh, that's a long way to go, but the pace has slowed. We talked about, you know, how much would it slow down. We were looking at about between 30 and 35 seconds a lap that it was slowing down. So, hard to calculate, and I'm not sure that everybody over there knows exactly how to calculate when the speed shows that slows down that much. But it could be a situation that they may be in that window now, Mike.
Yeah, and you know, Sam Hornish had an adventurous run there and brought out the caution. He's on pit road now. They'll make a 4-tire change. You also saw a crew member lean inside and try to wipe out the inside of the windshield. It may have fogged up there a little bit, affecting the vision of Sam Hornish. The 4-tire change continuing on as they want to try to make sure that all the damage that may have been incurred over those last couple of spins for Hornish may be repaired to their best ability here during their time on pit road. You can see a lot of debris caked in the grill just above the splitter. They're going to clear that off right now and hope for the best in this next run. Sam obviously had his hands full the last time he was out on the racetrack.
Mike, you got brake ducts there and everything, DJ, important components that need clear air.
Yeah, and as outstanding as his lap was yesterday in qualifying and setting a track record, his best job of driving was getting out of that sand trap and not losing a lap here today.
You have to employ all of your skills here this afternoon at Mid-Ohio. Justin Marks is doing that. He's still out front.
There are countless, not very smart things we do with our car. But with TireRack.com, at least you know you got your tires right. You can visit TireRack.com to find the full line of Continental tires. Continental tires, for what you do.
Want to go for a bike ride?
TireRack.com. Find, deliver, install. Smarter.
Hey,
Hi.
you're that guy from Verizon who switched to Sprint.
I used to ask if you could hear me now, but it's 2016 and Sprint's network reliability is now within 1% of Verizon. And Sprint saves you 50% on most Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile rates. That's why millions have switched.
Make that millions plus one.
Can you hear that?
Don't let a 1% difference cost you twice as much. Switch to Sprint today.
When a moment spontaneously turns romantic, why pause to take a pill? Or stop to find a bathroom? Cialis for daily use is approved to treat both erectile dysfunction and the urinary symptoms of BPH, like needing to go frequently, day or night. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and medicines and ask if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain or Adempus for pulmonary hypertension, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Do not drink alcohol in excess. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, get medical help right away for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss in hearing or vision, or any symptoms of an allergic reaction, stop taking Cialis and get medical help right away. Ask your doctor about Cialis and a $200 savings card.
I can't believe the $5 lunch comes with a DQ sundae.
I can't believe it comes with a bacon cheeseburger, fries, drink, plus a DQ sundae.
It's like the sundae is free.
I can't believe we stopped for lunch.
Nothing fills you up like the $5 lunch.
The Ford Freedom sales event is on. Our biggest event of the year just got better. Announcing 0 for 72 across the entire lineup of Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs. Plus, tag vehicles now get a 1,000 smart bonus. That's freedom from interest and freedom to choose with Ford, America's best-selling brand. Now get 0% financing for 72 months across the entire Ford lineup. Plus, specially tagged vehicles get a 1,000 smart bonus.
What do the SVU ADAs have in common? There's a lot of them. But who's the smartest, toughest, drunkest? The Law & Order SVU Battle of the ADAs Marathon tomorrow at 1 on USA.
Did you know you can get the latest NASCAR news, results, and highlights delivered straight to your inbox? You'll never miss a story or a last lap pass by subscribing to the official NASCAR newsletter today. Visit NASCAR.com/newsletter. And we welcome you back to the Mid-Ohio Challenge here in Lexington, Ohio. We're about halfway between Cleveland and Columbus in some gorgeous farmland, which is getting some much-needed rain. However, that changes things for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. And the pole sitter, Sam Hornish, who was so good on the dry, had an amazing restart that is less than stellar. You won't want to talk about this, DJ.
Well, no. These next 4 miles that he took here aren't his best. But you can see here, he got a great start, got the lead back, but lost a little traction there as he tried to go around turn 1 at a little too high rate of speed. Then Brendan Gaughan gets into the side, so he's back off track again, spinning.
Same lap, Hornish down into turn 4, goes around, saves it, keeps it running, and continues.
Oh, that was impressive.
Next lap, this happens, and you see a tire get off there just to driver's left. That may have started the whole thing.
Yeah, he was just trying to make a little too much, and not sure how good he could see right there, but just got into the corner a little too hard. And once you start locking up the brakes, then you're totally out of control.
One thing we were talking about in the break, no windows on either side of this race car. There's stuff flying around in there from all those events, too. Has to be a little disconcerting.
I'd say there's a lot disconcerting going on in there.
More on Andy Lally. Here's Parker.
Well, something interesting that's going on in the 90 car right now is that Andy Lally, throughout the last couple laps, has actually been discussing the pit strategy with his crew chief, who would be Mario Gosselin, who normally drives that car. And actually, he actually made a pit call where he said, hey, no, look, we're not going to take tires if we pit at any point. We're going to just go with fuel only. Dave?
Interesting. Those Goodyear wet weather tires lasting well. Wallace in the 6, trying to chase down Marks in the 42. Marks gets a great restart. Lally follows through in second.
Yeah, see, Justin Mark chose the other side to restart on.
Hangs on to it. Marks clear for the lead. Here comes Andy Lally.
Bubba Wallace charging back too for that second spot.
Look at that, not giving it up. And he'll move to that outside line to find the grip. Nice pass for second for Wallace. You see the 20 of Eric Jones and the 40 of Alon Day behind. I think one other thing too here, DJ, Andy Lally knows some of these drivers are racing for a championship. He also wants to protect his own race car, but he's not going to do anything to jeopardize their day.
Not at this point in time. You know, I think that Andy Lally's probably got more there than what we're seeing right now, but it's about giving himself a chance. He knows that he has an opportunity here with this race car, so no reason to push the issue right now. There's a lot of racing, 52 laps to go in this.
There you look back from Jones to Alon Day. Mike?
Well, Dave, as you documented earlier, these are the first laps ever Justin Marks has led in the Xfinity Series. And he's enjoying the ride right now. Meanwhile, Andy Lally, also one of the more skilled drivers in wet conditions, chasing down Bubba Wallace and Marks. Marks, though, has a lot of experience in the rain as well, and he's using it to his advantage right now.
So we talked about it, Mike. A lot of these drivers looking at today with rain, with fear, but there were others who were really looking at a chance to win this afternoon. Marks is one of those out front. And you can see the cautious pace that they are racing around this track in.
Well, they're now getting accustomed a little bit more. The rain has subsided somewhat at this point in time, so they're able to see just a little bit better, and they have a little bit better idea, again, exactly how hard they can attack these corners and the exit of the corners.
The challenge for Alon, oh, now we see another car off track. That's Roger Roos in the 40s, in the 74. And he has spun it, and he's going to get it going. Driving Mike Harmon 74 this weekend. Here's what happened to Roger.
He just got off one side. Looked like he got the right sides off the track a little bit, and then as he tried to correct.
Look at that, dirt tracking coming out of the keyhole.
Yeah, and the speeds have picked up a little bit. Justin Mark now a couple of seconds faster than what we originally saw.
And as you said, DJ, they are getting used to the conditions. The conditions are improving.
Yeah, they're improving somewhat, but it's very treacherous. And the more you try to attack here, the more of a precarious position you put yourself in, because it's still extremely wet and very, very difficult.
He's talking about the challenge for Alon Day as you look back on him. His race car in Europe, a little bit lighter, a little less horsepower. So you add the weight and you add the horsepower for a driver and then the wet conditions, and that can be a real challenge your first time.
Yeah, it can be a real challenge, but this is a young man that's confident in his abilities in this type of weather, and all he's doing is being smooth as he possibly can, knowing that he can take advantage of this situation.
Parker.
Well, Dale, you actually just mentioned how the speeds are picking up, and I can tell you right now from pit road, it is not raining at this time. What that means is as the cars run on the racetrack with those wet tires, they're going to expel the water off the line that they're on. And the 62 car of Brendan Gaughan has already started discussing when they need to be thinking about going to slicks around lap 40, 45. He's been saying, I'm going to keep you attuned to when that time is. You see him get very sideways there, but that crossover point is going to be very important for a lot of these teams to keep an eye on if it doesn't rain.
And Parker, I think one thing you're telling us is that that's really a driver call as much as a crew chief call, right?
It is a driver call, and we see this in a lot of forms of racing where it's up to the driver because he's the only one that truly knows what the grip level is out on the racetrack. And one of the toughest things is the car who goes first is obviously going to have the most risk, right? But there's the most reward. If that dry line starts to come in and you're able to get the slicks and be 5 or 10 seconds faster than the other cars, you're obviously going to gain a lot of time, but it's absolutely up to the driver when to do that.
Yeah, I think he's been pretty optimistic thinking by lap 40-something that the track might be good enough to do that.
We just don't know. It has been so fun to watch so far. And Ryan Reed has been a part of that. Remember, early in the race, had a good qualifying run, but got into his teammate. Teammate didn't like it very well, pushed him back off the track, as we see Day going for third now around Jones. That's for fourth, actually. And the 16, the red and white car of Ryan Reed right behind them.
And you can see, even though he made the pass there, he still got his car slowed down, pointed in the right direction, gave himself plenty of room because he knew he was carrying a little bit more speed into that corner. So instead of trying to take that outside line and possibly getting off, he went in the middle and then just got this car slowed down as it was pointing straight.
And one of the keys there, DJ, and it's the same for the dry, when you're on the road course, you want to do your braking in a straight line.
Yeah, you want to try to always do that. Radial tires don't like being with braking and trying to turn at the same time too. So, but these type situations, you certainly don't want to be in that situation. But you know, we see Nelson Piquet coming back. There's Ty Dillon. He started in the rear today because of adjustments that they had to make. So he's done a nice job. But here comes Nelson Piquet Jr., who we saw earlier spin early on, now making a run back towards the top 5.
Piquet in the white and blue 98. Mike on the 3.
And Dave, as DJ just alluded to, Ty Dillon did need to start in the back today, and that's because he encountered a number of problems. One, he crashed in the second practice. Yesterday, they had to do extensive repairs to the right side of that race car, and while they were doing the repairs, they may have damaged the seal on the axle, and they had rear-end grease in the axle. Therefore, they had to repair that this morning and start at the back of the field. So, what was his approach getting to the back? Well, Ty told me this morning he needs to be aggressive but meticulous at the same time. Meanwhile, we've got one car off the track.
That'll be Jordan Anderson in the 77, the second car for Obaika Racing. And Victor seeing both of his cars in the sand this afternoon. There's a 51 of Jeremy Clements stopped on course, while the battle for the lead heats up. Justin Marks now getting lots of pressure from Darrell Wallace Jr. And if there's one thing in the DNA of Roush Fenway Racing, it is road racing in any condition. Look at that, Bubba, hang on to it.
Yeah, and that's what you have to be careful of right there. You know, he's done a great job to this point of just being patient, getting a lot out of this car, but there's the lead right in front of him.
Oh, and backing out onto the track now, Jordan Anderson trying to get the 77 going. The leader just barely misses him. Oh, my goodness. Marks is through, so is Wallace, but that was close. It's like a video game, DJ. You don't know what's going to pop up in front of you. Mike.
Well, is Pokemon a video game? Maybe they're chasing that. I don't know.
Get them all.
You know, it's interesting. We've noted the run that Bubba Wallace has had right now, and it's remarkable, especially when you consider, and yet we see another car off the racetrack, when you consider his limited experience racing on road courses, let alone in the rain. I asked him how much experience he has in the rain. Before the race, he said, well, I raced one race in the rain. It was a legend car race in Charlotte a few years ago. Not quite the same, though.
Yeah, but I bet he did well, Mike, because he's sure showing his stuff here. We saw to the right there, Stanton Barrett and Mike Bliss with trouble. Boy, the lead got hot there for a moment, and then Marks found a couple of good corners over Wallace. This battle is not going away, though. And I think Wallace is one of those drivers, DJ. Give him a little bit of injection of confidence.
Oh, yeah.
And he will go for it. There it is right there. Great exit of the keyhole. Darrell Wallace Jr. to the lead.
Yeah, part of what's happening now is they're getting this groove that they were running. Now, a lot of the water's getting gone, so now they're starting to put some rubber down. That becomes slick with these tires then, because it's still there. You can see Bubba trying to charge a little too hard. Goes off just after he took the lead. Oh, no.
Keep it digging. Keep going. Come on. Keep it rolling. Keep it rolling.
And he's got it. He's through.
Keep it rolling.
And there's such a big difference when you all of a sudden become the leader and you're kind of the rabbit. You can see the drivers think that it's getting a little bit better. They're starting to try to attack a little bit more, and that's just not the case.
Here's Wallace getting the 6 car righted. Alon Day was just off looking for the line, and he pushes Wallace off the track. Wallace is back in the sand trap. Can he get out again? Yes. Wow. So Alon Day recovered and then tried to take the line that he wanted. Wallace was there, and he pushed the 6 car out. Now Ryan Blaney attacking Ryan Reed. And here comes Nelson Piquet Jr. down through the back part of the course, and the caution is out, and one of the championship contenders who already has a win to his credit this year, Daniel Suarez, is stuck. So on the upside, a win and a berth in the Xfinity Series chase, but he wanted to do much better than this here today.
Just such challenging conditions that these drivers are facing, and especially for so many that have never found themselves racing under these type of conditions.
Suarez, of course, for his part, a lot of experience on the road courses in go-karts and in the NASCAR Mexico Series. He is now stuck at the beach, exiting turn 4. Caution out for the 4th time, and while they get Daniel's car removed, we'll take a quick break and we'll come back to Mid-Ohio.
At first, I thought I was just seeing things, but no, it's out there. Something is definitely out there. Whatever it is, it's big. At one point, I swear, we got so close I could smell it. But then, poof, it was gone.
Right.
It exists, the Honda Pioneer 1000, with a best-in-class engine and 6-speed fully automatic dual-clutch transmission. It's the biggest member of the Pioneer family. From Honda.
Hey there, folks. It's me, the extra crispy Colonel. Now, I love original recipe, but in this sizzling summer heat, I'm feeling a little extra crispy. My extra crispy $20 fill-up is freshly double-breaded and fried to a luxurious mouth-watering bronze. Extra crispy isn't just a product, it's a lifestyle. KFC, it's extra crispy good.
What if you had a chance to choose a hero? What if you had a chance to be a part of a mission to change lives forever? Now you have that chance. An award to honor the very best of NASCAR fans. 4 finalists doing remarkable work for children. But only one cause can take home $100,000. Go to NASCAR.com/award to vote for the NASCAR Foundation's Betty Jane France Humanitarian Award, presented by Nationwide.
A realtor can help you craft the perfect offer. It's 1 part science and 1 part magic. Was this your card?
$5 Sonic Boombox gives you a lock for $5.
Yeah, Abraham Lincoln would be very proud of this. It's an honest deal.
And they named one of the sides after his wife.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, Mary Tots Lincoln.
Try the loaded bacon ranch chili cheese coney and the $5 Sonic Boombox. This is how you Sonic.
I know you. Welcome.
Hi. We're your neighbors. We live across the street.
Right over there.
Hi. Oh, thanks.
See, you got Time Warner cable like the rest of the hood? Genius.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Oh, you got the TWC phone, too.
Sure.
It's unlimited calling to half the world, including Mexico, Canada, India, European Union.
Over a dozen calling features like caller ID on TV. It even blocks unwanted calls.
Comes in handy with the in-laws.
Call now to add Time Warner Cable phone for $10 more a month. There's a money-back guarantee and no contract to sign. Call today.
Welcome back to the Mid-Ohio Sports Car course. The caution is out. An opportunity with pit lane open to pit. Is anybody going to take advantage of it? We think there might be an opportunity to go to the end without another stop. And at least one of the top running cars, Brennan Poole, that was the 14 car of Mike Bliss. And the 6 of Bubba Wallace is going to come to pit lane. There he is right there. Mike?
And the first thing they'll do is go to the windshield. Visibility, a very big issue right now for these teams. They'll pull a tearaway and they'll pack that car as full of Sunoco race fuel as possible. Not going to work on the tires, however. Pulling away the fender, making sure it's clear from the tires, making sure all the debris is off the ducting on the front of that car so they don't have any brake issues. And he is now away, but the main concern was fueling it and visibility. Meanwhile, Justin Allgaier on pit road, the same type of work going on there. Working on the windshield, getting it as clear as possible, and the wiper, clearing all the ducting, and again, getting it as full of Sunoco race fuel as they possibly can.
Mike, thanks. This will be interesting. These cars now full of fuel with 46 laps to go and under caution here at Mid-Ohio.
I was made in the shadows of greatness, shaped by the hands of legacy, forged in the fires of racing. I've been challenged, tested, and proven. Whether it's on that track or off, the truth is, what you're made of is what you're made to do.
$5 Sonic boombox gives you a lock for $5.
Yeah, Abraham Lincoln would be very proud of this. It's an honest deal.
And they named one of the sides after his wife.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, Mary Tots Lincoln.
Try the loaded bacon ranch chili cheese coney and the $5 Sonic boombox. This is how you Sonic.
Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're watching the screen. Everything is awesome when you share it on me. A voice remote from Angry Kings, you know it's awesome. Everything, apps that please, more selfies, endless hours of the best TVs, brand new apps, shows to go, awesome internet that's super whoa. Everything is awesome.
XFINITY, the future of awesome.
Cheez-It Grooves are the perfect union of a Cheez-It and a chip.
You mean like they got married?
I guess.
You'd make a pretty bride in that wedding gown.
It's a lab coat.
Hey, everyone, Joe's getting married.
I am not.
We take time for our cheese to mature in our crispy Cheez-It Grooves.
I don't want to live with the uncertainties of Hep C.
Or wonder whether I should seek treatment.
I am ready.
Because today, there's Harvoni, a revolutionary treatment for the most common type of chronic hepatitis C. Harvoni is proven to cure up to 99% of patients who've had no prior treatment. It transformed treatment as the first cure that's one pill once a day for 12 weeks. Certain patients can be cured with just 8 weeks of Harvoni. Harvoni is a simple treatment regimen that's been prescribed to more than 250,000 patients. Tell your doctor if you've had a liver transplant, other liver or kidney problems, HIV, or any other medical conditions, and about all the medicines you take, including herbal supplements. Taking amiodarone with Harvoni may cause a serious slowing of your heart rate. Common side effects of Harvoni may include tiredness, headache, and weakness. I am ready to put Hep C behind me.
I am ready to be cured.
Are you ready? Ask your Hep C specialist if Harvoni is right for you.
NASCAR on USA is brought to you by Credit One Bank, the official credit card of NASCAR. XFINITY, change the way you experience TV with XFINITY X1. And by Toyota, let's go places. But let's keep it on the track, and that has been the challenge so far today. Next week, you got to keep it out of the wall. Bristol, Friday night, 7 p.m., and next Saturday, 7:30 for the Sprint Cup Series. The Bristol Night Race weekend is going to be fun. But so different from this, DJ, and what a day we've had. We started just 2 laps under sunny skies, well, cloudy skies, but a dry racetrack. Then the rains came, and the option for the teams to put on the wet weather tires. They all did so. But then positions shuffled over and over again as drivers struggled for the grip level. And DJ, we can't overemphasize how difficult this all is.
It's just extremely difficult. And for many, the first time encountering these type of conditions. So they're still trying to figure all of this out, Parker.
You see the 19 there of Daniel Suarez, who unfortunately was beached down in turn 4. They're going to do 4 Goodyear tires, take a spring rubber out of the right rear, put as much Sunoco fuel as they can in here, and also just assess some of the car there and looking around it. Mike?
Taking a look at the leader now, Justin Marks out front, his crew chief Mike Shiplett, who just happens to be from Ohio. This would be a very big win for him. They've been talking about their strategy. They have not stopped since lap 4. They've been contemplating when they need to change over on tires. They've been looking at the weather. Shiplett just told me it looks like you still have a little bit of a rooster tail, so they're going to hold off on going to slicks. And also they're paying very close attention to their fuel window. Shiplett believes they're about 15 laps or so away from reaching that window. So pay attention to that, see if they can get that far and do this on one more stop.
And Mike, that's a great point. They've only gone 26 laps, and a lot of that under caution. Well, I should say the start of the race. They haven't fueled yet. So, or no, they put it on lap 4. So they put fuel in. You see the radar here. We're in a bit of a window now, but more rain showers behind. So to me, DJ, the biggest wild card is when, if I choose to, would I put on the slick tires and maybe make that my only stop?
Yeah, I think they're totally uncertain too about the fuel mileage that they may be getting in these type conditions, because they weren't expecting this all, and they don't really have any data that tells them that. So, you know, a lot of it is the guess as to what's going to happen as fuel-wise and what's approaching us with the weather. And I think they're going to wait this out and see. If they're going to continue on these wet tires, then they certainly can make it with one stop.
And now one other point on the wet tires, they are a softer compound. So as the water goes away and they heat up, they won't take as long of a racing abuse, if you will, as the slick tires might.
And as it dries out a little bit, they put that rubber down, then that groove they'd been running in that was the preferred line becomes a little bit slick too in that situation. So we can see Justin Marks here too. He's chosen this, what will be the left side, once again looking that's what he did the last time. Whenever he originally had the lead, Sam Hornish got the jump on him. So there's something about this groove that is certainly better for him as he gets ready to take off. And Alon Day came down pit road as they're getting ready to take the green.
Interesting move there for the 40 team. Alon gives up a top 5 running position. Green flag is back out. Justin Marks back to the lead. And to second place, Ryan Blaney in the 22. Oh, Lally gets contact from Eric Jones. Lally spins, Jones spins, and now into the 98. That is the 98 of Nelson Piquet Jr. Further contact in that group. Piquet, the front of that car is crunched. And the 40 of Alon Day, he missed all the carnage. And they're going to pit the car and fill it full of fuel, DJ. Very interesting.
Interesting strategy there.
They worked out even better than they thought. But here is the problem. The 90 of Lally doesn't appear to have on the front a whole lot of damage. See what he looks like as he comes around. The car of Piquet is stuck just off of turn 1 and not moving. See the damage there to that car. He's got it refired. Not sure how well it's going to roll. Nelson brings it out. The Formula E champion has been around the world racing open wheel electric cars and was the series' first champion last year. This will be a day he'd like to forget at this point. Out of turn 1.
Yeah, certainly been the trouble spot on these restarts here.
Coming to the green there. Here's the spot.
Yeah, now they're able to get up to a little bit more speed. But they still just don't have the grip. And you can see Eric Jones there. He's kind of slid out, got into the 90 of Andy Lally.
Piquet looking for a way by, collects Jones.
Nowhere to go, really, in that type of situation. You can't make these moves. It's hard to make them whenever you're on drop baby.
Left side.
Nice. Yeah, nice spotting job there by Sam Hornish's group. Telling him left side was clear, I hope. That's what he did.
Yep. And with all of Sam's adventures that we chronicled, he's back inside the top 10 now.
Got a couple of cars in.
You feel the hits that Jones took. See Dakota Armstrong escaping through there in the green and white car. Pow, right there. And Brendan Gaughan got the right side of his car sheared open. So pit road will be a busy place when these injured cars come back around. Look at Gaughan's car. And it's now the 2. Remember, he always ran that rusty throwback kind of scheme. The black and yellow colors as a tribute. Well, he's got the number to match now. Typically, NASCAR will make sure that protective foam goes back in there, and they put some sort of a side back in there to make it safe for Brendan. And Piquet's car didn't want to make it. He's going to get the hook. So all of this happening on lap 31 of 75 scheduled here today. Jones coming down pit road now in the 20 car. After all of his adventures last week, had a smooth run going, DJ, before this.
Yeah, was really doing a nice job for his first time racing in the rain. And had pretty much stayed out of trouble and right around the top 5.
10-pound hammer out there now. As we go NASCAR nonstop, you won't miss anything as we're under caution here again at Mid-Ohio. We'll be back for the full call in just a moment.
Routine. It's a hard thing to break. Day in, day out. From point A to B and back again. There's a difference between being alive and living. For those who can't imagine life without 2 wheels, Allstate offers a genuine parts guarantee that promises to fix your bike with original parts. Talk to an Allstate agent about all the things they do to keep riders riding.
$5 Sonic boombox gives you a lock for $5.
Yeah, Abraham Lincoln would be very proud of this. It's an honest deal.
And they named one of the sides after his wife.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, Mary Tots Lincoln.
Try the loaded bacon ranch chili cheese coney in the $5 Sonic boombox. This is how you Sonic.
Here come the last of the 2016s.
I love this part. Stylish Prius, sporty Camry, fun Corolla, adventurous RAV4, they're all here. But not for long.
Hurry in for Toyota's annual clearance event, where you can find 0% APR financing for 72 months on the 2016 Camry. Offer ends September 6th. For more great deals, visit Toyota.com.
Come in and get the 2016 Toyota you want before they are gone.
Toyota, let's go places.
Quick question. How do I edit my photos on the chat snap?
I showed you already, like 3 times. You know we're gonna teach you how to use these. So, buy one phone for your kid and get one free for you. It's easier that way.
This back-to-school season, buy one Samsung Galaxy S7 and get one free. Plus, Sprint's network reliability is now within 1% of Verizon. And Sprint saves you 50% on most Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile rates.
And Mom, don't forget to poke your friends on Bookface.
Nice car. Not so nice scratch. Wouldn't it be nice if removing ugly scratches from your car was this easy? Now with new Finish Scratch Doctor, removing surface scratches is easy. In fact, independent laboratory tests have proven Scratch Doctor to be the best scratch remover available. Scratch Doctor with advanced microtechnology also removes paint scrapes, scuffs, haze, and swirl marks. So get Scratch Doctor.
#1 rated Scratch Doctor, available at O'Reilly Auto, Home Depot, Pep Boys, Target, AutoZone, Walmart, and other leading stores.
$5 Sonic boombox gives you a lock for $5.
Yeah, Abraham Lincoln would be very proud of this. It's an honest deal.
And they named one of the sides after his wife.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, Mary Tots Lincoln.
Try the loaded bacon ranch chili cheese coney in the $5 Sonic boombox. This is how you Sonic.
Not everything is better live, but SmackDown is. SmackDown Live, Tuesdays at 8 on USA.
Back at Mid-Ohio, you're seeing the pit stop of Andy Lally and the decision to go to the slick tires. With 42 laps to go and precipitation subsiding here at the Speedway, they are believing that we're not going to see any more and that Andy can hang on to this race car, DJ, until what time it becomes really grippy and time to race.
Yeah, well, they couldn't even make it through turn 1 with wet tires a few minutes ago, so I'm not sure, but he's the road racer. We'll see how that works out. A lot of work going on Brendan Gaughan's car, though.
Well, and I think if anybody can do it, Andy Lally can. A lot of worldwide racing in sports cars and all kinds of weather. And we see the radar. We're clear at the moment. Got some cells breaking up, coming to all sides of the Mid-Ohio Sports Car course. Beautiful country out here. And a good weekend to come out and watch some racing. There's been a full slate of action here today. This is the icing on the cake, the XFINITY Series. And they have had a lot to deal with here today. Number of drivers we haven't seen in the series so far this year, Nelson Piquet Jr. being one of them. And you can see that he is being towed back to the garage area. Other drivers involved in the incident there on the left. And there you see them reapplying the foam that was torn out of the 62 car on the right-hand side. So while they work on that, check back up front. Justin Marks has not come to pit road yet. The top 4, in fact, have not come to pit road since lap 4 when they bolted on the rain tires. So while the pace car has them, let's go to break again. We'll come back for green flag racing here at Mid-Ohio.
You know, Viagra helps guys with erectile dysfunction get and keep an erection. Talk to your doctor about Viagra.
Ask your doctor if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Viagra if you take nitrates for chest pain or Adempas for pulmonary hypertension. Your blood pressure could drop to an unsafe level. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. Stop taking Viagra and call your doctor right away if you experience a sudden decrease or loss in vision or hearing.
Ask your doctor about Viagra.
I got you something pretty special to celebrate these new Island Breeze frozen drinks.
What makes you think that I'd be in the mood for an island party? Hey, my eyes are right here, my friend.
Jump in the line for Island Breeze frozen drinks, part of Frozen Drink Headquarters, and get a free slush when you download the new Sonic app.
Great, my Mercury agents.
Superhero battle?
A big one.
Don't worry.
We cover superhero damage.
And save you money, too.
Incoming!
Mercury.
It's the Modern Family Mophie Saturday. This Saturday's theme, back to school. Going back to school isn't just hard on the students.
What is that shirt?
Haley Dunphy Moving Company, see? Because we're moving you here and here. And also here.
Modern Family Back to School, tonight after NASCAR on USA. Presented by Cheetos, dangerously cheesy.
From the dirt roads in the foothills of North Carolina, to the smooth sands of the beaches of Daytona, to the main streets of small-town USA, they are drawn, along with many others, to bring their stories, their energy, and their fearlessness right here to our house. Visit the NASCAR Hall of Fame this weekend. This is our sport. This is our house.
Welcome to Honda.
Thank you.
Head over heels, where should I go? Can't stop myself, out of control. Head over heels, no time to think. Looks like the whole world's out of sync.
So you like it?
I do.
Now is the moment to get the Honda CR-V you love, the best-selling SUV in America, at the Honda Summer Clearance Event, going on now.
One turn away from NASCAR win #1 for A.J. Allmendinger.
The checkered flag and the win for A.J. Allmendinger in Road America. Roger, if you're watching, I love you. Thank you, baby.
All clear, man. You're doing fine.
4th in the row. Checkered flag to Brad Keselowski. Coming through to take the checkered flag, A.J. Allmendinger.
Looking for his 25th career win. Joey Logano's going to win at Watkins Glen. Logano wins at the Glen again.
Hey, guys. Awesome. Way to go, full team.
Team Penske very good on the road courses. In fact, if you look at the numbers here, the last 15, 8 different drivers, 6 wins, 10 poles, a lot of laps led. In fact, here at Mid-Ohio earlier this year in the Verizon IndyCar Series, Team Penske went 1-2. Ryan Blaney trying to make it a one-man show here this afternoon. Currently running second for Team Penske. You see him there to the left. Justin Marks, the leader, has again chosen coming to green, that left-hand side.
Remember, Ryan Blaney started at the rear of this field. After they had some brake issues that they had to fix. So here battling for the lead now.
Back underway at Mid-Ohio. Down to the fast left-hander, turn 1. Marks with the advantage over Blaney. Yaley up to 6 in the 44, challenging for more. Now Hornish looking down to the inside of Yaley. Is there grip down there? He backs off just a little bit. This track is drying. The drivers have to be ever so smart, DJ, as they start picking up speed.
Yeah, they're going to have to figure out, and there's going to be some areas, especially on the straightaways, that they'll try to actually get over in some wetter areas to keep these tires as cool as they possibly can.
Very few have gone back to the slicks yet. The three, trouble there. Hang on to
contact. Kenny Bull and Ty Dillon, another car driver. Ty Dillon that started in the rear, but Kenny Bull having a nice run here today. Moves up into third, but off the track.
Such a fine line. Racing now down to the inside. Bubba Wallace in that very fast black number 6. He gets by Hornish. Habul back on track. And Kenny cost himself quite a bit right there. As we see Wallace very confident moving back up through the field. Ryan Preece there in Johnny Davis's 0-1. A good showing so far for him. 8th position for Preece.
Yeah, he's been inside the top 10 here for about the last 15, 18 laps. Doing a nice job here this afternoon.
Parker with more.
Yeah, the funny thing about Ryan Preece, he has very minimal experience on a road course. He's actually run in a modified road course a couple times, but how little experience does he have? At Watkins Glen, I was down in the first practice they had it Thursday watching the cars come through, and who walked up to me but Ryan Preece asking me how to get through the bus stop. He has very little experience, but when I asked him about the rain today, he said he was looking forward to it. It's got to be a lot of fun, and I think he's having a lot of fun now.
It looks fun, Parker. Running this far forward, DJ. He's now going to get a challenge for Hornish, who's really testing that inside line now in the keyhole.
Yeah, starting to try to get back and to the normal line somewhat here. See if they can make that work to find any speed. Hornish not able to make that pass there, but Ryan Preece is one of those drivers that, you know, he's doing a good job because he's not trying to do more than what he feels like that he can right now, and that can work to your advantage in these conditions.
A couple of races with 6 to go to the chase could change Ryan Preece's year. You see on the chase bubble at the left, 96 points under the cut line, seemingly too far, but a couple of good runs and disaster for other guys could bring him right up.
A couple of good runs or a win here today. I mean, yeah, that's not in that position yet, but he's doing an outstanding job. And who knows what the next half of this race is going to have in store for us. First half's been very entertaining, to say the least.
If you're just joining us, you have missed quite a show. These drivers looking for every amount of control. And there you see Ryan Reed just getting off track for a second. He'll give up that spot completely to Bubba Wallace, which is another story in itself. Those teammates banging off each other all day long.
Yeah, they have been. Wallace going. You can see Ryan Preece there picking up another spot from Ryan Reed.
Preece up to 5th. Marks flashes by, about 0.6 of a second lead over Ryan Blaney up front. Ty Dillon in 3rd. Bubba Wallace 4th. Ryan Preece 5th. We showed you in NASCAR Nonstop the 90 car of Andy Lally coming to pit road, and he is one of the first to put on the slick tires. He's off the reins, DJ, and back on those tires with no tread, looking for dry racetrack.
Yeah, right now the conditions, the way that they are and the way that they're going, they picked up about 17 seconds from when the conditions were the very worst, and they were around here in pouring rain.
17 seconds per lap better than they've been in the downpour. That's amazing. Marks trying to outdistance the 22 of Blaney. Blaney being patient. And neither of these cars have been to pit road since lap 4.
Yeah, and right now it's just a matter of searching around and seeing exactly where your car will work better. This is a lot of these corners now. We're seeing them take what we would call the traditional line around here. Getting back there, the cars are working, even though they have tires that are made for the rain. That part of the racetrack is still actually the wettest part of the track because that's not where they've been running.
Mike.
Keeping an eye now on Ryan Blaney. Interesting to note, although he is from Ohio, he's never driven in a race here at this Mid-Ohio race course. So how did he get ready? Well, as crew chief told me this morning, he did a lot of homework. Spent a lot of time in the simulator and had a great conversation with a Penske Alliance. That would be a driver named Alex Tagliani, certainly one of the world's best road course racers. Tagliani and him had endless conversations this week talking about the ins and outs of this racetrack. And certainly it would appear right now that Ryan Blaney paid very close attention to all those lessons. It's working out right now as he runs second to Marks here at the midway point of this race.
Mike, as you know, Tagliani almost won this race last year, led the majority of it, was bumped out of the way as he got out of shape in the final corner. Regan Smith going to victory lane. Kenny Habul making his pit stop. And DJ, the challenge for the engineers is they've got a baseline on fuel mileage that they would go by. They also sometimes know an aggressive pace and a not so aggressive pace. But now we've thrown all the rain in there, and we're coming up on a window when they might be able to normally go dry to the end.
Yeah, I think that they're probably, I'm pretty sure that from this point forward, they could look at, it would be a slight bit of a gamble, not as much in these conditions, that they can make it rest of the way on fuel. Now the decision comes, and I think a number of them are waiting to see that decision. Is this track going to continue to dry out enough that they can put the slicks on these cars?
There is Andy Lally in the 90, the driver who has had the slick tires put on his race car. Subbing this weekend for Mario Gosselin, who happily stepped aside to let the expert road course racer jump into his ride.
And he's drove this car up to 8th right now. You looked at the lap times, they're not any better really than what the first 2 cars are running, but he's doing these lap times in traffic and making cars passing 2 and 3 a lap right at this moment.
Alon Day just a bit wide, and Lally will go by. I think he knew the 90 was quicker. Day, for his part, was on pit road on lap 31, so he's got fuel, did not change tires.
That's right. He's still on the rain tire there, so you can see the difference that this is making. What a great call by Andy Lally. This is the driver telling his crew what he wanted in this situation, putting himself in a position to be the fastest car on the track right now.
Mike Massaro.
You know, Dave, Alon Day, such an interesting story. Came over here from Israel. He races in the Whelen European Series, taking a little break from the racing over there to test his skills here at Mid-Ohio. This is one of 2 races in the United States he'll run this year. He'll run in a couple of weeks at Road America as well, and making the most of it right now, having a very strong run. After the 2 races here in the United States, he'll go back over to Europe and begin the playoffs, if you will, in the Whelen European Series that begin in September in Italy, hoping to win a championship over there, Parker.
And you mentioned earlier about Andy Lally being on slick tires. Well, that wasn't an easy decision. There was a ton of debate under that caution before they came in about if they should take them now or later. But Andy Lally said, this is our opportunity. If we're the first car in slicks, we'll make up the time, and you're seeing that right now.
You are so right, Parker, as he's going to get another spot right here, going around Sam Hornish. That is for 6th. Back to Alon Day. He's got a couple of wins in the Euro Series this year, and one of them was at Brands Hatch in the rain. So that's one of the reasons why this 24-year-old from Israel has been able to keep the 40 car on track all day long.
Yeah, he's done a nice job. Been very smooth to see. Whoop, Andy Lally making another pass there. Bubba Wallace heading to pit road. I'm sure that's to get some fuel and put slicks on this, and Ty Dillon's also on pit road.
Mike.
Yeah, Bubba Wallace on pit road, and then we'll change tires. It's time to go back to the slicks. All the crew chiefs on pit road now monitoring the weather, feeling that the track is going to stay dry for quite a while, but they do anticipate more rain toward the end of this race, so this run on slicks may not be to the end of the life of the tire, but we'll have to wait and see.
I can tell you, watching Andy Lally now that he's gotten out, he's about 2 seconds faster than the leader, Justin Marks right now. Mike?
Alon Day on pit road now as well. Another one of the many drivers switching from the rain radials over to the slicks. Trying to get ready, a 4-tire change there. No chassis adjustments, just trying to clear the grill and the ducting, making sure that car is clear of debris as possible, and he's away.
We saw Ty Dillon on pit road as well. Ryan Ellis is making a stop now in the 25 car. And there is Lally, the man driving to the front on the slicks. 3rd place now, DJ.
Yeah, my only concern with him now is how long will these tires last through this? I mean, he's going really, really hard, and does he have enough fuel from when they stopped and put this on? These other drivers that are putting these on now, I believe, can make it to the end, and the tires should hold up to that point.
Lally last pitted on lap 33. Justin Marks has not been to pit road since lap 4. We'll go NASCAR nonstop, so you won't miss a thing. Back with more from the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. This is Xfinity Series Racing.
Hi. Today we're going to be comparing the roll-formed high-strength steel bed of the Chevy Silverado to the aluminum bed of this competitor's truck. Awesome. All right, let him drop. Let's see how the aluminum bed of this truck held up.
Oh, wow. That's a good-sized puncture. That's all the way through, for sure. Full-on crack here. If you're aluminum now, you're gonna go, ooh.
Let's check out the Silverado's steel bed.
Wow.
Yeah, a couple dents.
I'd expect more dents.
Chevy clearly held up better than the Ford.
What you got there?
New cheese sandwich crackers made with real cheese.
Sandwiches.
Sandwich with a D.
Sandwich.
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 See?
We take the time for our cheese to mature in our new Cheez-It sandwich crackers.
Sandwiches.
Tell me I can't wrestle because I'm a girl. That I can't be a girl because I wrestle. Tell me I can't become a U.S. Olympian. And tell me I can't do it while earning a degree. Tell me I can't so I can show you I can.
At DeVry University, the support we give Adeline is the same we give every one of our students working to achieve greatness. DeVry University, different on purpose.
With bacon strips, bacon jam, and bacon crumbles, it's a bacon lover's fantasy.
I know what you're thinking, but come on. It's called the Bacon 3-Way Burger. What'd you expect?
The Bacon 3-Way Burger, only at Carl's Jr. and Hardee's.
I was made in the shadows of greatness, shaped by the hands of legacy.
forged in the fires of racing. I've been challenged, tested, and proven. Whether it's on that track or off, the truth is, what you're made of is what you're made to do.
Hey kid, pal, friend, yo rook, newbie. Hey, you. Number 20, number 3, 16.
Ryan Reed, Chris Buescher will win the Xfinity Series.
Here, no one's gonna know your name until you make them know it. Names are made here. The NASCAR XFINITY Series.
What do the SVU ADAs have in common? There's a lot of them. But who's the smartest, toughest, drunkest? The Law & Order SVU Battle of the ADAs Marathon tomorrow at 1 on USA.
You didn't miss a thing because all those pit stops were happening under NASCAR nonstop. And you saw a lot of them came to pit road. And that car is now the leader, Andy Lally. Let's go to Mike Massaro for an update.
Oh, it's busy time down here on pit road, as you might imagine, Dave. Almost everyone pitting, switching over from the rain radios, which they've been on. It's interesting as they came off the car, steaming, so hot and moist, all the steam coming off those tires, but going over to the slicks because the racetrack is very dry right now. Among those pitting, Justin Marks. He led 32 laps, but now he's on slicks. He's very good in the rain. He's got a lot of experience in the rain, but it's going to be interesting to see if he can get back to the front under dry conditions. Dave?
There he goes now. Justin will be, he'll recycle the scoring here this time by. And as Lally inherited the lead, Marks dropped only to second, DJ.
Yeah, they did a nice job. And he'd gotten to the point that his lap times had really picked up, so that benefited him. They made the pit stop at the right time. He's quite a ways back of Andy Lally.
The 16 car of Reed, he runs 18th. And Alon Day was off track in the 40 car. Presumably just went back to the slicks as well. Oh, and gets a little bit of help from the 88 of Kenny Hamul. Kenny has now been to pit road and out again in the 88 car, but solid day gone just a little bit south there for Alon.
Yeah, and he did nothing wrong there. You see Ty Dillon here.
Battling for second. Yep. Going to take that outside line. Around turn 5, down the hill into 6th, and Ty will take over second.
Yeah, that you know, he was on pit road a little bit sooner, so he has an idea of what his car's capable of doing right now with the slicks back on.
This is the battle for third. Marks, Blaney, Wallace. All on slick tires and looking for room to run.
Yeah, and all this happening 25 seconds or more behind the leader because Andy Lally of his stop early on.
That's right.
Actually under that caution and putting the slicks on.
Here comes Marks. Trying to hold off Blaney in that strong Team Penske 22. And then Bubba Wallace, what a day it's been for him. Little conflict with his teammate, a couple of off-track excursions, did not give up, kept his head in the game, and is challenging for that 4th place spot.
Yeah, he's had a good run here all day. He's managed, after getting off course a few times there, to still find himself in a great position here. Now, I've kind of watched the lap times too. Andy Lally looks like he's backed off a little bit. He had been running some lap times that a little quicker than what he's doing now. So could he be in that fuel-saving mode and tire-saving mode right now, hoping that this track stays dry and maybe goes green the rest of the way?
Wallace off the curbing there, trying to go lower than Blaney was going. These drivers are good friends off the track. They are heated competitors on it. Yeah, back to your point, DJ. Lally, his team being asked to go 42 laps on a tank of fuel. We know that under full throttle conditions, if you will, 30 to 32 is a possibility, but with caution laps and a slower pace possible, we'll see.
Yeah, and he's really slowed the pace because he was down under 90 seconds here, and that is not the case now. He's slowed down 2 to 3 seconds And so I think that he has to be in that mode of trying to save, and he's still got a healthy lead. He can save and is not losing a tremendous amount of time to Ty Dillon and the others.
Ross Chastain in the 4 is a lap down and a little bit off the pace this afternoon. One of the bubble drivers trying to make his way to the chase by virtue of points, if not an outright win. And the faster cars trying to find their way around him. This is a great battle. Dillon the 3, he's second. Marks the 42 third. Fourth and fifth right behind. Marks taking a peek to the inside, showing Ty that he is there.
Yeah, and you can see now that he's getting a little more comfortable, a little more racy now that he understands the grip level and what he has with the slicks back on.
This is very much the varying elevation part of the Mid-Ohio Sports Car course. Just a little bit of a wiggle there from Blaney. He gathers it back up. A couple of bridges to cross under, a couple of nice vistas for people to see this racing. And then down through Thunder Valley. Here goes Ty Dillon around the lap car of Roger Roos, taking it back up through.
What a range of mindsets that these drivers have had to encounter here today. As the rain started and came, the track became extremely slick, so they had to be able just to manage at that point in time. Parker.
See your leader there, Andy Lowry, just taking fuel only. Why? They were maybe debating to do left sides, have a quicker stop, but then they wanted to put 4 slicks on. They couldn't get them glued up in time. They felt the crossover point to get on pit road right now and get the fuel they needed was now, so they pitted fuel only for Andy Lowry.
So there is the answer on fuel. They were not going to make it to the end.
Here's Ryan Blaney trying to take what is now that second spot away. This becomes the heated battle for the lead up here as these two drivers battle right behind our leader, Ty Dillon.
Not wanting to give it up. A little contact coming out of the keyhole. Through the kink now and down to turn 4. Heavy braking section coming up. The 6 of Wallace looking to see what will happen with these two. And Wallace is going to try to take advantage to the inside as well, but the next corner may belong to Marks. And then the preferred line goes back to Wallace, and he's going to pass.
Yeah, very aggressive here today with a good race car, doing an excellent job.
So there is your leader, the 3 of Ty Dillon, accepting the lead after Andy Lally went to pit road for fuel. And now Ty, who hasn't won in a couple of years, DJ, is looking at the possibility of locking himself into the chase with a win.
Yeah, I would certainly love to be able to do that here today. Ryan Blaney has other ideas. We see these top 4, and I'll just point it out right now that sitting in 5th is the car that's been the fastest all weekend, and the driver, Sam Hornish, is only 2 seconds back.
And in the conditions in which he was so fast, dry racetrack, slick tires. Blaney all over the back end of Ty Dillon. Protective line run by Dillon. Now he moves to the outside. Blaney down to the inside. Outbraking Ty Dillon. Ryan Blaney to the lead. What a power move by Blaney down into the second corner. So Blaney last pitted on lap 41. He should be good to the end. All the top 4 cars in the 40s on their last pit stop should be good on fuel. Now it's up to the handling of their race cars and what they've got left of those Goodyear Eagles.
We would think they would be good, but they're still, conditions are at the point now that they're having to run really, really hard, and not really in a, these times aren't that far off of what we're expecting to run here on the dry course throughout the day. So that's really the outside part of that fuel window, because we were looking, as we talked, about 35 laps was the most that we heard anybody talk about being able to go.
Timmy Hill in harm's way in the 70 car. This is going to make the lead suspect. They bracket him, and Blaney is going to hang on to that lead. Here comes Wallace.
Wow, what great racing by these drivers.
Mike with more on the 3.
Well, I'm just trying to catch my breath from watching that amazing racing myself. But Ty Dillon certainly pushing the pace as he's been told to do by his crew chief. As you alluded to, they're right on the edge of that fuel window, so trying to push Blaney as hard as he can, forcing him to use as much fuel as possible and pick up the pace. Ty Dillon knows he's got a very good race car, and as you just saw there, it feels like maybe he can get by him as well.
Yeah, great update, Mike. These 4 cars run up front, about 4 seconds behind them, though. The man that DJ was talking about, there is Sam Hornish, and closing in. That 2 cars quick.
Big quick. He got off just a little bit back about a lap and a half ago. That hurt his progress just a little bit. But seems to be headed back in the right direction, wants to become a part of this mix at the end.
Certainly a caution would draw him right up to the front. Sam last pitted on lap 41.
It looked like Bubba Wallace had a nice run there again, but Ty Dillon able to hold him at bay for the time being.
These 2 drivers definitely in the run for the Xfinity Series Championship this year. The leader, Blaney, he is not involved, and Wallace roughing up the right rear quarter panel of the 3 car, lets him go now. The 3 team thinking the other way. Great racing here at Mid-Ohio. And I think we said it earlier, DJ, but Bubba Wallace, infused with confidence, is very aggressive with a very good race car.
Yeah, you know, you have a good car, and he hasn't had that opportunity a lot of times. He's done an outstanding job this year, but this is probably the best opportunity that he's had this late in a race this year to be able to see the lead and have a chance there. But as they raced, that just allowed Ryan Blaney to put a little distance between them.
Remember last week we talked to him in the garage, out of the race again, and he told me directly how old it was all getting. Well, this is brand new for Wallace and where he'd rather be. Rhythm section of this race course. We rode on board earlier, drivers not making shifts through here. Maybe one coming toward the end here, but then back down into second for the head onto the front straightaway and the faster part of the course. And now caution is out for debris on the racetrack. A lot of these spins bring gravel onto the racing surface, and that's not a safe or competitive situation for the drivers. Could have been something fell off one of these cars that's been repaired and sent back out.
Yeah, there's all kinds of things that could have happened with this, but saw some great battling there for the lead and second, third, and fourth. Now it's going to close all of this up, and this should help these drivers that may have been close on fuel to be able to save a little bit.
You see it to the left of the drivers here as we look at it. Drivers left too.
Yep, if it's on the track here, it's possibly in the groove.
That's what they threw the caution for there. So we talked about Sam Hornish needing to be gathered back up to the front runners. He will be there now. There's Sam. Be right on board. And that front group, the top 5 who look very racy, and then Andy Lally in 6th in that 90 car, he's back up with him.
Yeah, you've got all of that, and then adjustments that were made to these cars because it looked like they were going to be in wet conditions for most of the day. As they put these slicks back on, they really haven't had time, because those were green flag stops, to really make any adjustments back to the dry conditions. So their cars probably aren't handling quite as well as what they would like to for some of them that made some bigger adjustments in trying to make sure their cars were good in that wet weather.
You're talking about time-consuming adjustments that they didn't want to do.
Yeah. And now they're probably out here for the time being. So they, what they have is what they're going to have to race with.
Get your NASCAR coverage when you're on the go with NASCAR Mobile. The official app of NASCAR puts coverage and live in-car cameras at your fingertips. You can also listen to drivers and teams discuss race strategy. Download free at NASCAR.com/mobile. So during the Rio Olympics, you'll be able to catch NASCAR on August 19th, the Xfinity Series race from Bristol. That'll be on USA. And then the next night, the night race at Bristol, the Cup Series on NBCSN. You know where to find us for the Bristol race weekend.
there's nothing more exciting than a night race from a driver's perspective than racing there on a Saturday night for 500 laps. A lot of fun. It's tough.
And it's a different type of excitement than what we've seen here today.
Oh, yeah.
And they're both good.
Yes.
Mike said he was worn out earlier from watching that battle for the lead that we saw. I wonder how the drivers are doing now, DJ, because they've endured a lot today, and that was very physical these last 10 or so laps.
Yeah, just to wrap their mind back around the fact that, okay, now the track is good enough that we can go back to what we had done the entire weekend and the mindset to really be back into attack mode, because before it was about just surviving, trying to make the fewest mistakes you possibly could to keep yourself in a position, and these drivers have been able to do that.
25 laps remaining. And these drivers with these caution laps presumably closer to good on fuel, although we see a few of them heading to pit road now. And while they do that, we will go NASCAR nonstop to keep you apprised of everything going on here at the track. We'll be back with more live racing action in a moment.
Hey, America, meet Jimmy. He just got his license, and look at him. He's already restoring this beast himself. He gets help from AutoZone and specialized tools from our free Loan-A-Tool program. Can't wait to see what this kid fixes up next. With our help, you can always fix your car with confidence. Hoods up, America. Nice.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Great, my Mercury agents. Superhero battle? A big one.
Don't worry, we cover superhero damage.
And save you money, too.
Incoming!
Cheez-It grooves are the perfect union of a Cheez-It and a chip.
You mean like they got married?
I guess.
You'd make a pretty bride in that wedding gown.
It's a lab coat.
Hey, everyone, Joe's getting married.
I am not.
We take time for our cheese to mature in our crispy Cheez-It grooves.
What do you want for lunch, honey? Can I have some KFC original recipe?
Excellent choice. But might I suggest something a little extra crispy? My extra crispy $5 fill-up is freshly double-breaded by hand. It's a tasty real meal for just $5.
Mine extra crispy, boy?
Sure, kid. KFC. It's extra crispy good.
Want a race? Ready, set, go.
What do people see when they see you? They see me.
It's time to stand up.
You can't ignore this.
Better the devil you know than the devil you don't. I will not be owned.
Mr. Robot, Wednesdays at 10, and catch up anytime, on demand and online.
A queen pin rises to power in USA's original series, Queen of the South, based on the international bestseller La Reina del Sur. Queen of the South airs Thursday at 10, 9 Central on USA Network. DJ, I've noticed something.
What's that, Dave?
It's gotten a whole lot darker here in the booth and out there on the racetrack.
Very perceptive you are.
I got my senses working this afternoon.
Yeah.
Look at what is just outside the edge of the racetrack here. And Mike, what happens if that hits us?
Well, that's a great question, Dave, and I know the crew chiefs are looking at all the radar as well. What are you expecting? Nick Harrison, the crew chief for Ty Dillon, I know you've been monitoring it as you plotted out your strategy.
You know, we kind of just took our time and really played it safe in the rain earlier on, and Ty's did a great job just making sure we got a race car here at the end. There's been a lot of guys running off the track and doing you know, a lot of mistakes, so we've gained a lot of positions on account of that, and we were the first ones to get our slick tires on, made up some time on the track. But I believe it's going to rain, and I don't really have to look at a radar. I can smell it coming, so I think we're going to get some rain, so I definitely feel we're going to go through another cycle there.
As you watch and as you plot out your strategy, what's it been like for you watching your driver having to make his way all the way from the back of the field, sometimes under rainy conditions, to get to the front?
It's definitely satisfying, especially hard as we had to work yesterday to rebuild the car. We felt like that was the right decision, as good as we were all day yesterday, to fix all the body damage. And I'd have to say thanks to all the guys for working as hard as they could to get it done. And it's paying off right now. Definitely satisfying to see him go to the lead.
Now, quite a bit of racing to go, though, Parker, as Ty Dillon looks to pick up his first win in 67 races.
Well, the driver he's going to have to beat would be Ryan Blaney and with the crew chief, Brian Wilson. A lot of variables that got you here to this point now, but you should be good on fuel, but we're looking at the radar right now. How do you play with that radar if the weather's coming?
Yeah, obviously, there's a lot of variables. It's been a fun, entertaining race. I'm sure the fans at home have enjoyed this one, but you know, that's the biggest thing we're watching is the radar at the moment, and we've just kind of got to play it, you know, watching what happens here. But the good thing is Ryan's been pretty fast in both the wet and the dry here. We're watching that 2 car. Sam's been pretty fast, but I like where we're at right now.
And how would you evaluate that young driver you have there? Not really ever experiencing the rain, not much road course experience, going out there and taking the lead.
He said he was pretty good in the rain at GoPro, so going back to the Motorplex there, he says that he's got this handle. That's where he did all his research. But honestly, he did a lot of really good. Hold on.
There comes the rain. It's now just started downpouring here, so Brian Wilson's going to have to talk to his driver, Ryan Blaney. Guys?
Entertaining, but a lot going on. He mentioned GoPro. That's GoPro Motorsports Complex in Mooresville, the owner of which, by the way, is the 4th place running Justin Marks. Might have gotten a little experience out there in the rain, too.
I'd say so. Well, they're getting ready to get more experience in it because it is raining pretty hard here on the front stretch right now.
All right, folks, let's review. Started in the dry, raced in the rain, tried to keep your car as clean as you could, and then dry conditions brought these cars to pit road for slick tires. And now the rain is back, and with 23 to go, everybody's on pit road. Mike.
And as you might imagine, Dave, everyone putting those rain tires back on the car. Bubba Wallace among them. Several cars, including, well, everybody really on pit road. Ty Dillon among them as well down on pit road. We just talked to his crew chief, Nick Harrison, about what they felt. And then, of course, the skies opened up. Rain tires for everyone here on pit road. It is a busy, busy time.
See the action going on there while we were looking at the pit stops. The 19 of Suarez flashed by, as did the 18 of Kelly. Stayed on track for the moment.
I think they might regret that move. I don't know. I mean, it looks like a lot of rain is coming. We've got a lot of rain right now, but even more coming. So I'm not sure why they chose to make that decision. We'll see how that works.
And we saw, DJ, right after it rained last time, cars on rain tires had trouble just keeping it on the track. Under warm-up laps, you look at a long day there getting a feel for the grip.
Yeah, and Suarez might be in a situation, well, no, with his teammate staying. I was going to say he might be in a situation to where he would have taken a wave around there. But with Kelly staying out, that's not going to be an option for him.
So what we've seen today, get your pencil out. Green flag was fantastic start for the 2 of Sam Hornish and the 18 of Owen Kelly. And it was in the dry. Great competition. And you see Suarez looking good there too in the 19. Then the rains came. Caution out by NASCAR. They called them damp conditions, gave the drivers and teams the option. DJ, they chose the tires.
Well, it wasn't an option at that point in time when the rains came that hard, but it certainly made the race very, very entertaining.
One of the many restarts we had, where we had 6 cautions today, and Sam Hornish looked like his car was running well, better than Owen Kelly spinning out of control there. Kelly had taken the lead, but showed just how treacherous the conditions were. Justin Marks with a challenge in the 42 for Sam Hornish. He would take the lead here.
Yeah, Justin Marks showed that he was going to be the best at handling these wet conditions for a while.
Hornish with a jump on the restart. Looked like he had it in hand. Got out of control. Heading through the left-hander in turn 1. And then Brendan Gaughan slamming into him, looking for room to race. And the lap didn't get any better for Sam Hornish. As you see, Justin Marks being challenged by Bubba Wallace, who grabbed the lead.
For just a few hundred feet until he went down in and couldn't negotiate this into turn 4.
Marks back to the lead.
Keep it digging. Keep going. Come on.
Allgaier off track. Suarez in the gravel trap. And then around goes Lally and Jones in the 20. PK gets into him. Brennan Poole spinning at the top of the screen. And a lot of action on that one. Here was an interesting turning point. Andy Lally was the first one to put on the slick tires, DJ.
Yeah, he did this under caution, was able to come back out and run quite a bit faster laps. Got him up to the lead as others had to then come in and make their pit stops under green to get the slicks on.
Lally led 3 laps on the day. This was a great battle for the lead. Blaney going underneath Ty Dillon. So that brings us here where the 18 car of Owen Kelly, having last pitted on lap 43, stayed out. So the 19 car of Suarez is now on pit road. And 1 lap off the pace. Now, unless there's no way that Owen Kelly had rain tires on that car and stayed out over here, I don't believe. We shall see. Interesting strategy call here for Owen Kelly. Bought himself a plane ticket to spend the month of August here in the States. He's from Tasmania. Thought perhaps something might happen in terms of a ride at these road course races. Did not know that driver Matt Tifft was going to undergo emergency surgery and would have been the driver in this 18 car. He got the call from Joe Gibbs Racing, who he has driven for in the past, and they put him in the car for this race, and he'll also run Road America for Joe Gibbs Racing. Whether or not he wins here today is yet to be determined. Let's take a look at today's Toyota driver update. As you ride on board with Eric Jones, you see he's running 10th. We've already spoken about Kelly running first. And a solid run today for J.J. Yaley. A little damage on that 44 car, DJ, I noticed, but he's kept it up front. Yeah, especially when it rained, he did a nice job. He had himself really up inside the top 10 for most of that time that we had really wet track conditions. Eric Jones there in that 10th spot. We talked about him getting in that accident, but has been able to bounce back. If ever a name was appropriate for a race, the Mid-Ohio Challenge fits that, because it has been all that and more for these drivers and teams of the XFINITY Series. And we're glad you have joined us for today's action. What you seeing, DJ? I'm just seeing how wet the racetrack is now over in certain parts of the track. We're getting still some rain here on the front straightaway, but other parts are getting a lot more. So going to have the rain tires right now for sure if you're going to go anywhere. We're on the edge of a system where we're not going to get, doesn't look like we're going to get slugged by it completely, but it's definitely catching us with some wetness right now. Mike?
Well, Dave, it's interesting. You look at Justin Marks and you see what he's done today. He's led 32 laps. The first 32 laps of his career led in the Xfinity Series. All really been on the rain tires. And that's not a surprise when you consider his background, Grand Am racing as well. In 2001, he actually made his Rolex debut in the rain. So he understands this rain concept, does very well at it. So when they went to slicks, it was kind of curious to see whether he'd be able to hold this position on the racetrack. He did hold it, and now it's raining again. This may just play right into his hands, because he obviously wants to see it rain. Dave?
You got that right, Mike. And coming to the green with 20 laps to go. And you see Owen Kelly is now peeling off in the 18 car. He's going to give up that spot. That puts Justin Marks to the inside. And Ryan Blaney will be the race leader as we go back to green here in Mid-Ohio. Contact, cars off track, Hornish in the 2, the 22 of Blaney, and Marks got away free. See Ryan Reed, I believe that is spinning. Rain tires going on the 18 on your left. But up front, Justin Marks has survived that restart. And now we see Tim Cowan in the 13 has had heavy contact. Conditions back to very, very slick and very, very treacherous. You see Hornish stuck back in this group here in the 2 car, trying to find a way around. There's Elliott Sadler in the 1 as well. Sadler scored 13th. Justin Allgaier in the 7. Looks like a whole race car so far, and caution is out again here at Mid-Ohio.
There we go again.
Oh, and look at Yaley's car. Big damage for JJ.
A lot of contact.
Pool around in the 48. Hornish spins again, gets it going the right way. My goodness. And Justin Marks appears like he has been off the track as well. Look at Yaley's car. We had just talked about how he'd had a little damage, but have done a good job so far. He's gotten into someone, or vice versa. A lot just happened. Let's show you a couple of replays.
A couple?
Get as many looks as we can because there was so much going on. Down into turn 1 on the resumption of the race. Contact from Allgaier into Blaney.
Into Blaney, yeah. Sam Hornish was there, and he just got wide trying to get a little bit more than what the track would allow. See,
Reed around in the 16. It's right on board with Sam Hornish there. You see, oh, it was Kenny Abul. Big contact with Tim Cowan. See Alon Day going by there in the 40.
Just straight.
No contact for Hornish there. Look at that view. They're a lot wide there, DJ.
Yes, extremely. But that's, you know, these restarts, that turn 1 has been an exciting part, and one of these drivers haven't figured out. And it looked like Justin Marks had just gotten himself out clear of everything. Bubba Wallace doing a nice job on the restart to be in 2nd place at that time.
Little contact through here. Coming through the kink and down to turn 4. Believe that's where Marks got himself in trouble. Might have heard in the background the squealing tires. And somewhere out of the picture, there's Marks.
Yeah.
Now at the top of your screen. See, Yaley had contact. Ryan Preece got in the gravel. On board again with Hornish.
Real easy here. Just watch him here.
And there's Yaley.
Caution's out. Back in line, Kale. Keep coming.
That's where Yaley crunched into Preece. And that is how Sam got around with contact from Brennan Poole.
Straight on, straight on, straight on, straight on. Caution's out. Caution is out. Nice and smooth here. You'll go behind.
And he kept it moving, DJ. That's the key through the gravel.
They kept it moving, so that's going to keep him in the race there. Looked like it might have got into the tires just a little bit as he tried to keep it going.
All of this happening with 20 to go. My goodness. And it's just, Sam has done such a good job of turning that 2 car in the right direction after it gets wronged. That was the result for Yaley.
Yeah, he just had way too much speed for everything that was happening in front of him, and as he tried to slow down, wasn't able to do that before a lot of damage. I can tell you that Kenny Abul over around turn 5, there he is. He'd gotten mixed up in that turn 1 incident on the restart.
And Kenny, one of many drivers in that 88 car this year. Kenny taking it to the road courses for Junior Motorsports. 26 caution laps run today. Well, the rains are back here at Mid-Ohio. You won't miss a thing as we watch and see what these drivers do under caution. We'll go NASCAR side by side.
It's awesome. Everything is cool when you're watching the screen. Everything is awesome when you share it on me. A voice remote from Angry Kings, you know it's awesome. Everything, apps that please, more selfies, endless hours of the best TVs, brand new apps, shows to go, awesome internet that's super whoa. Everything is awesome.
XFINITY, the future of awesome.
With bacon strips, bacon jam, and bacon crumbles, it's a bacon lover's fantasy.
I know what you're thinking, but come on. It's called the Bacon 3-Way Burger. What'd you expect?
The Bacon 3-Way Burger, only at Carl's Jr. and Hardee's.
Just like pit crews help race cars win on the track, STP Ultra 5-in-1 Fuel System Cleaner can help your car win on the street. It's formulated to help remove power-robbing deposits from the entire fuel system. Go with a winner. Go with STP.
Not just anyone could be a race car driver like Casey Mears, but anyone could save money on car insurance with Geico. Geico. See how much you could save.
The Ford Freedom sales event is on. Our biggest event of the year just got better. Announcing 0 for 72 across the entire lineup of Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs. Plus, tag vehicles now get a 1,000 smart bonus. That's freedom from interest and freedom to choose with Ford, America's best-selling brand. Now get 0% financing for 72 months across the entire Ford lineup. Plus, specially tagged vehicles get a 1,000 smart bonus.
This may not look like your average trucker, and this, your average truck. But deep down, we're truck guys just like you. We know our way around a toolbox. We soup them up, trick them out, and occasionally take them off-road. We're not afraid to mix it up, because winning is our passion.
An intriguing day here at the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. Glad you've joined us. You have seen non-stop action. And you see the 88 of Kenny Habul on the tow truck right there, as he's had hard contact on the track. That is an oil slick on a wet track, DJ. I believe left by the 44 of J.J. Yaley. How do we clean that up?
Well, they got a special truck that's going to go out here. It's not like you can put Speedy Dry down now as we would do if this were a dry track. And so you've heard oil and water don't mix, and they really don't mix right here in this shape. But they do have a truck that will try to vacuum that oil spill up.
You can't put on the Speedy Dry because it would turn to mud. Not an option for NASCAR here.
We might as well. They've been out in the mud. What's it going to hurt?
What difference would it make? Now, it's been fun. It has really been fun because it is such a challenge for these drivers here today. And when you look at how they're running right now, the top two drivers have not won this year. They would love a chase berth with a win. Ty Dillon has not won in 2 years. He the same direction. Ryan Sieg is in 7th right now. He, with a win, would put himself in the chase. And then you've got the spoilers in there, DJ. Lally, Justin Marks, Sam Hornish Jr., who don't have a spot for the championship, but have good race cars.
They do. And the one driver that we thought had handled these wet conditions the best was Justin Marks, but he took off and had a little off-road excursion there a few minutes ago. You see Ryan Sieg there. Even if Sieg doesn't go on, and he may not win at this, but he's had a good points, solid points day, and that's something that he really needed to keep himself inside this top 12.
Let's go to Mike Massaro.
And one of the teams in contention for this victory is the 7 team. Jason Burdett, the crew chief for Justin Allgaier. Rain tires, slick tires. You're going to be on rain tires, it would seem like, now for the duration. How's the car on rain tires?
Well, I think it's about the same for everybody. You know, it's really, really slick out there, and it might be even a little worse now that we've got a rubber outside of the groove from when we were running on dries outside of the groove. So we got rubber kind of all the way across the whole racetrack. So it's going to be interesting. You know, I think Bubba and Justin have both done a good job to be up front right now. So we'll just see. We'll try to keep it on the track, try to get to the end, see what happens.
What are you expecting here with the conditions you have in front of you?
Well, it's going to be really, really slick and really hard to see. So I think, you know, where we're at right now is probably, other than the leader, probably the best place to be, because at least he'll be able to get out of line a little bit and maybe have some vision to see the next corner, you know. The guys that are 10th on back or 5th on back even are going to have a really hard time with the spray coming off the front cars, even seeing where they're going. So right now it's a good thing to be up front. We got about 17 to go, you know, so we'll just see how it all plays out.
Seeing is the operative word. Visibility, a very big factor here, Parker.
Yeah, and well, he mentioned the leader would be the best place to be, and that's Darrell Walsh Jr., and I'm with his crew chief, Seth Barber. So many things have gone on here between wet and dry, but you guys have consistently found a way to be up front. How have you done?
Yeah, you nailed it there. This race has been crazy. You know, we've run in the rain before in the years past, but never like this, you know, back and forth, dry to the wet. And to me, it's just all on the driver. You know, like you said, he's been in the front in the dry, he's been in the front in the wet, and he's done a great job all day.
You mentioned so much is about the driver, but have you been able to do things car-wise and strategy-wise that you've kept him up to date about that have helped him be up there even before this race started?
You know, really, obviously, the biggest thing strategy-wise is just keeping an eye on the radar and trying to predict when to put dries on. You know, The only time we put it under green was when we put dries on, and, that helped us to stay up towards the front. So, strategy has really just been watching the radar and trying to predict it, and that's been pretty tough.
It's been a very unpredictable day for Seth Barber down here in the 6th pit. Dave?
Parker, Mike, thanks for catching up with those guys. DJ, I just, so much that they have to think about while they go through this. And then, as they said, it's really pretty much in their driver's hands from here on out.
Yeah, and the road courses are in the driver's hand a lot to begin with, but these conditions have been extreme today. And we'll see who in these last 15 laps or so is going to be able to handle that situation the best. It's great to be the leader. That's obviously the clear spot that you can be in, but it's also the most challenging spot because how much do you attack? You've got it right there in your sights, but all it takes is that trying to be a little too aggressive in one spot, and the next thing you know, you're off the course. And we've seen most of the drivers that are here today be off at some point in time.
Everybody in the top 10 has either spun or gone off. So even if you're good, you have to be extremely careful. Next week, night racing on the short track at Bristol. We love it. We know the fans do too. Xfinity Series on Friday. Coverage begins at 7 on USA Network. And then Saturday, Sprint Cup Series returns on NBCSN. The fun starts at 7:30. Bristol night race. DJ called it the most 500 lap fun a driver can have. And then he said nothing.
Yes.
So Mike is caught up with Mike Shiplett, I believe.
Yes, Dave, caught up with Mike Shiplett, and we've talked a little bit about your driver and his expertise in rainy conditions. He's got quite a history there. So do these rainy conditions here in the closing laps play into your hands?
Yeah, it's real good. The Catera Chevrolet's been running real good all day in the rain. Might have been some little bit of extra water or oil or something down there in turn 5, but luckily we went off track there, got through the gravel trap. We're sitting P6. We should be able to get back up there in 4 or 5 laps and get back in the lead.
We've documented the laps that Justin's led today, the most laps he's ever led. In fact, he'd never led a lap in this series before today. So put it in perspective, how big is this for him and this team right now?
Well, it's a big day for the whole 42 team. I mean, everybody prepares these cars back at the shop, building them. It's a total team effort, and everybody's just giving 100% to give Justin the best finish he can.
And Justin's doing his own part right now, Dave, holding it inside the top 10, but he wants a little bit more than what he's already got.
Now, Mike, the next restart will be very, very interesting.
Yeah, I think, something that Jason Burdett brought up in his interview there a few minutes ago was something that Parker and myself had talked about. As the track started drying out and they were still running in the area with the rain tires on earlier, well, that put rubber down and then things that have happened. So now where we talk about them trying to find grip, the whole track is going to be basically slick. So now it's more in the driver's hands than even ever before to try to be good with the throttle and easy on the brakes too in what you're trying to do. So managing that type situation, we're going to see who's the best at that. And Darrell Wallace has done a great job all day long. He's the man that's going to be in control out front and able to get it done. But I'm sure that he's going to have to battle Justin Marks, the other driver that we've seen be very good in this condition.
DJ, let's go back to the restart on lap 32. See what happened to Eric Jones here, that yellow car to the right. As he dives in, gets out of control.
Yeah, he lost the front end there. He tried to be a little too aggressive, got into Andy Lally there, and then as he spun around, he got hit pretty hard
by the 98.
Yep. So it looked like a ton of damage. They were able to make a lot of repairs to his car. They had plenty of time under the caution to do that. His crew took the time to make those repairs, and here he sits in 5th spot now.
And Parker?
I'm actually with the crew chief, Chris Gabehart, right now. You're up to 5th place, a great recovery, but before this race, you told me we're going to wing it like everyone else. How was this part of the plan of winging it?
How could you possibly make a plan, right? There's been dry racing, wet racing, dry racing, and wet racing. So luckily, we've kept our DeWalt FlexVolt Camry waterproof. It's still running. That's a large part of the battle. Eric's done a great job doing something he's never done before. So we're having a fun time, man. It's cool. And something that you'll definitely be able to talk about for a long time to come.
And actually, it just started raining a lot harder. Both of you and I had our eyes get very wide. I have to imagine the same is going on for Eric. But you mentioned before this, you guys have struggled at road courses, not even having the rain as a factor. Just talk about that young driver and what he's been able to accomplish today in that race car.
Well, I mean, it's just something he's never done before, you know, and a lot of people forget he's 20 and young, and he's coming across a lot of firsts in his career, and certainly road course racing with these big heavy stock cars is one of them, as you can attest to. You've lived it. So then on top of that, you throw rain on it, and it's definitely a first for him. But he's doing a great job. You know, we got nothing to lose. We're going to try to win the race.
Big learning experience for this whole number 20 team. Mike?
And Parker, Andrew Dickinson is making his crew chief debut with the 2 team, and it's going pretty well. Sam Hornish has been inside the top 10. Well, he is right now, but it's been kind of an up and down day, I would say. How would you describe it?
Exactly like that. The Ream Chevy's been good, but we've had a little bit of bad luck, but Sam's done a great job trying to fight back.
16 laps to go. Got a heck of a shoe behind the wheel. Can he get to the front?
As long as we stay on the racetrack, we'll be just fine.
Staying on the racetrack, guys, as you know, though, a lot easier sometimes said than done, especially in these conditions.
Mike, the bullet points are simple at this point, and they include staying on the racetrack. But the one thing I was thinking through that was, it was back to your comments, DJ, about being careful and doing what you need to do. It's the other guy. The other guy's going for your spot. They get out of control and take you out. You can't control that.
No, you can't control that. So what you are concerned about here is doing your job, and right now focusing and staying focused on what you have to do and understanding where you need to be. But that's the one thing, is I'm not sure these drivers really know what part of the track is going to be the best part to be on. So a lot of experimenting going in these next 15.
You know, Sunday Night Football is coming up soon on NBC, and these gentlemen right here are doing their own preview of that.
I've got a pretty good game going on right here.
I see a size differential for one player. Little man over there on the right, he's got to be careful. Watch out now. I see him as a wide receiver. There he goes. He's got this. Oh, nice pass on lefty. You and I saw the same thing. How about that? I think that odd rotation on the ball.
I think that's what happened with my quarterback grid. Receivers couldn't catch the passes.
You never played Mid-Ohio?
When they were going end over end, that made it more difficult, I guess.
You never played Mid-Ohio. That was your problem. He's going. He could go all the way. And they're going for the ball. The shorts. Touchdown.
Good news. This year, you and the family are making it to Galactic World without a hitch. Because when your check engine light came on, you went to AutoZone and checked it out for free. And our Fix Finder helped you figure out what was wrong so you could fix it quick. Now this sweet ride is ready for the journey to the promised land. You know, the land with $9 sodas and 3-hour lines you promised to take your kids to. With our help, you can always fix your car with confidence. Hoods up, America.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
What do you want for lunch, honey?
Can I have some KFC original recipe?
Excellent choice. But might I suggest something a little extra crispy? My extra crispy $5 fill-up is freshly double-breaded by hand. It's a tasty real meal for just $5.
Am I an extra crispy boy?
Sure, kid. KFC. It's extra crispy good.
There are countless not very smart things we do with our car. But with TireRack.com, at least you know you got your tires right. You can visit TireRack.com to find the full line of Continental tires. Continental tires, for what you do.
Want to go for a bike ride?
TireRack.com. Find, deliver, install. Smarter.
Drivers doubling up for the restart here at Mid-Ohio for the Mid-Ohio Challenge. The Xfinity Series coming to 14 laps to go. Just around 30 miles remaining in today's race. And Darrell Wallace Jr. is the leader in that black number 6. Justin Allgaier on the outside in the 7 car. Andy Lally in the 90. Ty Dillon in the 3. Behind them, Eric Jones and Ryan Sieg. And we're back under green.
Allgaier didn't get a very good start there.
Not at all, but Andy Lally did. And Allgaier very much trying to grab the 7 car. He does. Marks in the 40 through, saves it. 42 saves it, coming through turn 1. And Wallace now trying to streak away in the 6 car.
Again, their challenge is going to be, they knew when it rained the first time what part of the racetrack they needed to be in. Is that still going to be the situation here, that they're going to be out of the groove, and that's where they're going to get the most grip? 3 wide is not going to work, but somehow they manage it. Elliott Sadler through in the 1. Fastest part of the track right now, down to turn number 4. Yeah, but a very dangerous part of the track as you try to attack this. Lally getting a little bit of a challenge from Ty Dillon. He backs off. Eric Jones and Sam Hornish side by side through 4. Now one of the trickiest parts of the track all day long. Been very slick right there. Coming down the hill, you see a 4-wheel drift from Marks in the 42. Now Dillon made a good pass. Oh, both the front cars are off the track. Leader Wallace is off. Allgaier is off as well. Back on track. Here comes Ty Dillon. And Allgaier, he spins it. No, he saves it. Everything he could do to maintain control, but he'll lose a lot of positions. Alon Day checking up. Emergency move for him, and he makes it. My goodness. There is Alley coming through in the 90. 42 of Marks chasing. Ryan Blaney is off in the 22. Probably goes without saying, but the biggest thing to do to possibly win in this race is just staying on the asphalt for these last 14 laps. Drivers often talk about racing the racetrack. Well, this is certainly one of those situations. With rainy conditions, they have on Goodyear wet weather tires, but it's still very treacherous. Yeah, I'm watching and listening to these drivers just trying to go down the front straightaway here. They can't even get in the gas going straight. Justin Marks challenging for 3rd. He'll move to our right. And off the track in the back, that's Alon Day collecting it. We'll see if Marks can make this pass coming to the keyhole. Does he have grip up there? He does. He gets through. See Marks trying to really get some grip and put down as much power as he possibly can, leading to this longer straightaway. The key is going to be don't attack too hard into the corner. Let your car roll as much as you possibly can. And again, keeping it on the asphalt is going to be key. Darrell Wallace Jr. has not yet won in the Xfinity Series. Probably wouldn't have guessed that it could come at a road course, but he has embraced today. He has raced hard, and he leads with 13 to go. 62 of Gone is off. And keeps it fired. There you see the leader on the right. There is Wallace. And Brennan on the left there, hoping for a much better day than what he's got. Came in so optimistic that if it would rain, he would have the upper hand, and unfortunately it's bit him.
Driving away, buddy. Nice and easy.
There it is. Careful. Right off the track. The leader. No grip out there. Wallace gives up the lead.
Cut hard. You're clear. You're clear.
Gets it going, and Dillon will move to the lead. Ty Dillon, your leader now. And I'm not sure how NASCAR will view that as far as a commitment line.
Nice and smooth. Don't
he was inside that. White line coming to pit road normally indicates that you are committed to coming to pit road. Wallace just trying to keep his car back to the track. Ray Black Jr. with trouble. 77 of Jordan Anderson goes around him. And Black gets the 07 fired and back on the black. This is the battle for the lead. Ty Dillon now has it in the 3. Marks in 2nd, and the 6 of Wallace trying to come back. Yeah, right here is Ty Dillon. Look out the front. This isn't about worrying about what's happening behind you, who's coming after you. Do whatever you can do to keep your car going straight here. Keep it, again, on the asphalt. That's the one thing trying to attack this too much right now. We've seen that what it's done to these other drivers that have the lead, have had the lead. And Wallace off the track again in turn 4. He finds the beach, but he keeps it going. So Darrell Wallace Jr. was the leader at the restart. Now finds himself just trying to claw back and find a spot in the top 10 and keep that car on track.
This is a long 12 laps to go here. Mentally, for a driver to stay focused, keep your mind on the job at hand, not worrying about those drivers around you. Ryan Preece done a nice job here today, but trying to get a little bit too much there.
Preece is 0-1, is in 7th. A little squirrely coming off there. Bubba Wallace back to 8th. Here are the leaders going through turn 12 and the left-hander turn 13. Back to the start-finish line. And as you talked about, DJ, you hear him just spinning those tires, trying to find that grip. Sam Hornish now up to 3rd in the 2 car. You see Joey Gasoff in the 52. You look back, there comes Sam Hornish, top of the screen. That's the gap back to 3rd. So we talked about it earlier, going way wide at the apex there, trying to find where the grip in the track is. Dillon trying to outmaster Marks here late in going. It's been such a choice of words here, drought for Ty Dillon since he won his only Xfinity Series race at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. 67 races since then. He has watched others go to victory lane. Could it be his turn here today? In the championship standings right now, Ty has outscored everyone who doesn't have a win, but a win would lock him into the Xfinity Series chase. Mike?
Well, Dave, if you've ever driven down the highway, and I know you have, in the middle of a rainstorm, the last place you want to be is behind another vehicle spraying rain and water onto your windshield. The visibility is disastrous, really, and that's what Justin Marks is encountering right now. The visibility is very limited. Meanwhile, just the opposite for Ty Dillon, DJ. How much of an advantage do you think he has being able to actually see in front of him versus what Justin Marks is encountering right now?
Yeah, huge difference. That's such an advantage of being there and just doing your job. And we've seen Justin Mark try to get out of that line of sight to where he is able to see the racetrack and hit his marks and do what he needs to do. But you can see he's right there now, and he's actually putting some pressure on. I think Ty Dillon started to look in the mirror a little bit, understanding that he's coming, and that's only going to hurt his progress and try to keep the lead here in the closing stages of this race. 10 to go now.
And you heard the spotter. Give him a big spray. Run in the water. Make that a blinding sight for Justin Marks.
But more than anything, you just got to do your job. Keep your car on track, headed in the right direction. He's going off now.
So difficult. Justin Marks back to the lead. Dillon to second.
We're back on. We're back on. P2.
It's so hard to focus on a road course, DJ, when the car is completely under you. But when it's going all over the place with a lack of traction here, that's even tougher.
Yeah, these drivers have been out here a long time with the mental strains that they've had to deal with today in so many different types of conditions here. So it really wears on you, and trying to do all the right things here. And you've got a driver here now, Justin Mark, never been in this situation before in the Xfinity Series.
There you see Jordan Anderson going off again, 77 car.
He's going to get it headed out of there and get out of the trap.
Mentioned Justin Marks shares this ride, the leader does, with Kyle Larson. There he is right there. Yeah. So far this year, best finish for Marks was an 11th place, and that took place at Talladega. He's never seen victory lane in the Xfinity Series.
We saw early in the race, he was the best at this, and it seems like that since the restart here, he's kind of settled down, doing the things that he needs to do, and he is by far, most of the time, about 1 second to 2 seconds a lap faster than everyone else.
He's really had the best car here today in the rain, I would say. Combination driver skill and setup.
Yeah, I'm going to give this. This is a time, and they did a great job of preparing this race car, but this is all about the driver understanding what he can and can't do. having a good setup under the race car, that doesn't have anything to do with what's taking place. See Ryan Preece getting off. He's had an outstanding run today, but tried to get a little too much there in turn 12.
Oh, and the 97 of TJ Bell finds the barrier there after a spin. Let's see if he can get it refired. NASCAR trying very hard to keep the drivers safe, but let them race in situations where they can throw a local yellow, and Bell does get it refired. A little dicey here. Cars coming over the hill.
Yeah, this is not a good spot to be trying to turn around. The traffic's going to be coming, even though it's not at as high a rate of speed as what they were earlier. And here's Bubba Wallace once again.
Lally right behind him. Was there contact? We'll have to get another look. And coming through the 22 of Blaney, and here comes Allgaier in the 7, taking advantage. Justin Allgaier powers through in that 7 car. Saw the seas parting and took advantage of that situation. Alain Day off the pace in the 40.
He's had some contact in the left front there. It could have been at any time.
Owen Kelly, a little off-road excursion again in the part of the track that first bit him this afternoon. Sadler wide of turn 5.
Owen Kelly had worked himself back up inside the top 10 before he got off track there.
And Sadler was running 11th. And Allgaier left sides off into the grass. That's dangerous. Here comes Blaney. Ryan Blaney will take over 5th. Justin Marks lead at the front, now 8 seconds over Ty Dillon, the accomplished road racer, trying to keep it on the track and out front.
Yeah, that last lap, he was 4.5 seconds faster than second place Ty Dillon.
Blaney off and back on. Ryan Reed around. Bubba Wallace trying to avoid him, gets off the track as well. Wallace will come by.
I can tell you Ryan Sieg's been off the track too, over around turn 7.
Wallace will be shown in 8th. Reed will be shown in 9th. Sieg down in 18th. Restarted in the top 10. Ray Black Jr. way too much speed going down into 4. He's in the gravel again.
It has been quite the excursion for Ray Black today, along with many others out here.
There's no question about that. And there is Ryan Sieg, the 39 car, who does not need a disastrous day based on where he is in the championship, trying so hard as a small team to make their way into the chase. And Ray Black has continuing problems. I don't know if he can see, DJ. Holy cow. Meanwhile, Marks keeping that 8-second gap over Ty Dillon, this time by 7 laps to go. I'm telling you, turn 4 has become a nemesis to the entire field.
Yeah, they've got their own path down through there now, been more off course than they have been on.
This great battle continues for 5th. Allgaier got it back. What's Blaney going to do?
Well, if you start trying to race each other, that's when you find yourself getting in real trouble. This is totally about, we talk about a place like Darlington that's so tough about racing the racetrack and not your competitors. Well, that's exactly what you have to do right here in this situation. Once you start trying to make a pass and race someone that's around the same speed, that's when you find yourself off course.
Blaney coming by the start-finish line to recapture 5th. Good battle behind them going on between Andy Lally and Bubba Wallace.
Jeremy Clemens is off course over at that turn 4 site once again, getting back on the course again though.
You see top of your screen, Wallace has gotten the best of Lally. Teammate Reed coming through, and there's Elliott Sadler in the blue number 1. He's not giving up. Parker Whitmore, the driver of the 90, Andy Lally.
Well, a lot of forms of racing, we call rain the great equalizer. And what a better showcase of that than Andy Lally, this number 90. He got the call to get in this car early on Wednesday. He was going to go try and in practice to set a record in his street luge that day. Packed everything up and headed out here. He's having a great run for this small 90 team right now, falling back to 9th at this point. But one big problem is you see him disappear in Ryan Reed's spray right now. He can't see. His windshield wiper is not working at this time. You can see it there, not moving at all. He's had that problem, and the biggest problem right now is when you can't see, he can't seem to get to the corners.
Parker, he's just happy that Ray Black navigated turn 4 that time, kept the 07 on course, and he got by. But look at that. That is tough going. They're required to run a defogger inside the windshield there, and then the wiper and a wiper motor on the outside. You can see Justin Marks, the leader. His is working fine. Well, I don't know about the defogger.
Yeah, and he has an 11-second lead now. He's still, every lap is somewhere 2 to 3 seconds faster than anybody else on the track. What an outstanding job that Justin Marks is doing here.
Just his 25th career start in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Ty Dillon, the second place car. Hornish, another 10 to 11 seconds behind him. So they're really spreading it out right now, DJ. And to your point earlier, racing the racetrack for the top cars appears to be what they're doing.
Well, that's all you can do at this point in time. It's just a matter of survival here. You know, these are conditions that very few, if any, of these drivers have ever encountered, haven't encountered really, especially in stock cars, and getting this done. And the biggest thing that could hurt Justin Marks right now is just like that right there, where Mike Bliss is right there in front, off, trying to get back on. And that's what he's going to have to dodge right now. I'm sure they're telling him, look, you've got a 15-second lead, take it easy, make these passes on the straights where you can.
Well, we talked, there are spotters around the track for these drivers, but we talked about the vision out the front, DJ. What about seeing somebody in your mirrors?
You can't, they're not really looking. All you're doing is trying to see what you can of this track in these conditions right now.
Listen, this is the time that Justin Marks is glad he's driving a neon yellow car, at least, and not a black car, that's for sure.
Absolutely. See, he's still trying to attack things pretty hard, a little harder than probably what he needs to here, with coming to get 5 to go here shortly.
Here comes Justin Marks. 5 to go, this time by.
5 to go. You got 2 slow ones in front of you, 2 slow ones.
And the only thing standing between he and the checkered flag now and a victory in the Xfinity Series is a mistake on his part, or someone that he's racing around here as he catches these slower cars.
Got to catch them at the right time. You've got to make sure they see them. Typically, you want to apex those corners, and that could be a cut across the bow of the leader, who gets very wide right there. Set down pit road, Mike.
Well, Dave, if Justin Marks were able to complete this victory, it would be huge for a lot of reasons. Not just because it would be Marks' first win in the Xfinity Series, but also because it would allow his organization, Chip Ganassi Racing, to honor Brian Clausen. This decal is on the Ganassi cars this week. It is different than the decals that are on the rest of the field. That's because Brian Clausen drove as a development driver for Ganassi Racing in 2000 and 2008. Drove 26 races. And today, Chip Ganassi Racing honor him not only with his decal, but Justin Marks trying to also honor him with a trip to Victory Lane, where he'd like to park this 42 car.
Brian always ended his sprint car weekends, Mike, with that hashtag to social media. Parked it. We lost Brian last week in a racing accident. And they honored him this weekend at the Knoxville Nationals. So sad to see him go, and he was so well liked, DJ, and a fierce competitor.
He was a great competitor, outstanding driver, and just, I think that all week what we've seen are why he was loved by so many people, because of the special person. Not only was he outstanding behind the wheel of anything that he got behind racing-wise, but he was just a tremendously good person. And now the caution out.
And this will change things in a race. That 17-second lead that Justin Marks had. Caution is for the 97 of TJ Bell, who until a moment ago could not get the 97 refired. And just a little bit of contact there today for TJ. We thought the carnage was going to be next week at Bristol for all the body damage, right, DJ? That clearly looked like he'd gotten into the tire barrier, all that black on there.
that there's at least the tire barrier.
So here it is. They come by this time. There will be only 3 laps remaining, and maybe 2 by the time we get the green flag, to see who can win here at the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course.
Talked about a mistake was the only thing that could possibly keep him from getting that checkered flag. Well, a restart could.
They will line up behind the pace car, and when the signal's given, they'll double up for the restart. And that will be Ty Dillon and Sam Hornish Jr. and Ryan Blaney. Very fast race cars in the top 4.
Yeah, and if we get down to an overtime situation, trying to make it around to where the overtime line is situated, it may get dark before then.
The overtime line is just after the kink, heading toward that treacherous turn 4. But the other action spot, you see it right there. Pan out, we give you an idea of where that is, just past the kink. And heading down in the fastest part of the track. They have to get there, but we're not in that situation yet. We'll explain all the rules there if that should happen. So Justin Marks behind the pace car, trying to win for the first time in this series. And he'll watch tonight at the Knoxville Nationals as the car he co-owns with Kyle Larson, driven by Shane Stewart, tries to take the checkered flag there, and what another emotional victory that would be. As we heard from Mike earlier on how this team would love to honor Brian Clausen and his family. DJ, what shape do you believe the racetrack is in right now from what you're seeing?
Bad.
I was hoping for slightly improved over a few laps ago.
No, I don't really think that it is. You know, just because I think that, you know, with the rubber being put down whenever we had a dry track, you know, what these drivers are fighting now with the tires they've had on there for a long time. We've had people off the course bringing mud back on to the racetrack. There's just so many things that have made this just what seems like impossible to navigate. But Justin Marks has shown he's the one that can do it the best. But it's going to be about getting a good restart here. He's going to be in control of that, but getting himself clear of Ty Dillon and Sam Hornish, who's going to be lining up third. Ryan Blaney, he was off course, it seemed like 4 or 5 times during that run since the last restart, but he's got himself up here in the 4th spot now.
And what's the key to getting a good restart in these conditions, DJ?
Well, it's just being smooth with the throttle, and it's the same thing that's made him better than everyone else, is being able to manage that throttle and get the power down, and not trying to be too excited in getting that and making that happen. So you want to get that good restart, but if you allow yourself to try too hard in that situation, then you'll find yourself really spinning and getting yourself in a worse situation than if you would have just taken your time. He's shown he's the best at it, so just show that and continue to do the things that got you in this position of leading this race.
Today at the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course has been a test of Olympic proportions. And during the Rio Olympics, you can catch NASCAR on USA Network and NBCSN from the Bristol Motor Speedway next week. Night racing, Xfinity on Friday, Sprint Cup on Saturday. You won't want to miss it. Getting a lot of one-liners from the producer now, and they are pretty funny, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, Olympic comparisons, a lot of things like that. Can't share them all, though, because then he'd feel really too good about himself. Everyone today has done an outstanding job on our crew. Here we go. They've weathered a lot, and including our camera positions out on track, who have been in the wet all day long. Pit reporters, their camera crews. See them all around here. There they are. What a good job they've done. And yeah, the fans, I'm being reminded, have stuck it out as well. They love the road course racing. They expect conditions like this, and they know they're going to keep racing.
Yeah, they came prepared for this. You know, probably even more so than drivers and teams were prepared, even though it's looked like that this would be the case all weekend. And, you know, as a driver, you prepare yourself for it, but you really can't prepare for what you've encountered out there today. And, you know, I talk about everything and all the cliches and the thing. How about the name of the race itself? It couldn't have been more appropriate for what these drivers have had to face.
The Mid-Ohio Challenge. Thank you. And yes, they have been accepting it all day long, Parker.
Yeah, one driver that's been up to the challenge today, even though he's had an up and down day, has been Eric Jones. And his crew chief, Chris Gabart, came across the radio and said, hey, look, the fastest car on the racetrack was the 22. The second fastest was the 42. He was leading by a mile. But you know anything can happen on this restart. And the one phrase he gave him was, be prepared, Eric. Please be prepared.
It's a lot to think about when you consider today. A couple more repairs on Daniel Suarez's car. Parker?
Yeah, you actually see them right now just going on the windshield, putting Rain-X on it. And actually what happened was he had something splash up within the car. He got the inside of the windshield, but he was not able to see. And then also on the outside, and he just was complaining about visibility at this point. So they decided to come in, make it so he could actually see, and go out there for the last couple laps.
And DJ, these cars in dry conditions, often tuned to perfection. The wet weather just throws a whole lot of curveballs at them.
Oh, it does so many different things. It's amazing that they continue to run with all of this, and especially as many times. I mean, it's literally been every driver in this field has been off track at some point in time, and we haven't seen our last one off track as they get ready for this restart.
Here they go, side by side. Justin Marks will again choose the line that will make him left as they head to the start-finish line. Ty Dillon to the right. There's his crew chief, Mike Shiplett. Could he take another driver to victory lane? Worked with Brennan Poole last year on the other Xfinity team for Chip Ganassi Racing. This year, he's had the two drivers, Kyle Larson and this man, Justin Marks.
Yeah, is there someone in this top 4 or 5 that can put enough pressure on Justin Marks in these first few corners to make him make a mistake? That's their one effort, is to try to do that.
As they come to 2 to go, these laps will be under regulation. And Justin Marks start trying to get the best restart possible. Can he put the power down? It's a smooth-looking start for Marks. Dillon as well. Hornish looking very good in the black and red car.
It's raining a little harder. All clear by 2 to the 2.
Hornish is through to second. Lally in the 90 car trying to roll it down on the inside groove. Good distance for Marks as they come to the keyhole.
Yeah, we're getting a lot more rain right now, too. That should be a big factor here.
Ryan Reed way off in the 16 car. Raining more here at Mid-Ohio. Justin Marks, a lap and a half, 2 to go. Lap and a half now for him to get to victory lane. We talked about the rain coming down. It puddles in certain areas. That can represent a major hazard, and he's kicking up the rooster tails to the cars behind him.
Yeah, Blaney trying to take that second spot from Sam Hornish right now.
Down to the heavy braking area, turn 4. Who has the best shot at it? Sam Hornish drives it in deep. Marks makes it through. Hornish navigates. Blaney is backed off for just a moment. Ty Dillon falls back into the 4th position. Allgaier runs 5th.
Yeah, Ty Dillon couldn't get his car going on that outside lane on that restart at all, but is able to recover there. Still in the mix right now. Anything can happen from this point.
Blaney with a lot of pressure on Hornish now. Here's much heavier rain back in this part of the course, DJ.
Yeah, you can see the front there of Justin Marks' car. He lost it quite a bit, but was able to, with some light braking, keep it under control.
Victory lane in sight for Marks if he can just maintain that control. Top 5 running very close together. You see the running lights there. They are not brake lights, but it keeps the driver behind informed of what's happening with the car in front. That may be a good or bad thing depending on where it's going. Marks through turn 12. And the left-hander turn 13 coming back to the start-finish line for the final lap of the race, unless we see the caution. 1 lap to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank.
Probably as hard a rain as they have encountered the entire day right here for this final lap.
Marks doing everything he can to focus. Where is the good spot to run the 42 car? Hornish within reach.
Yeah, trying to get out where he can see. You can see that, but he found some puddles out there, Sam Hornish did, as he approached turn 2.
You see the water pouring away from the Goodyear Eagles. They channel the water out, and there's a lot of it coming out from them now. Just pouring down through the kink and down to turn 4.
4 down here in the 4th.
He's got to be so careful, DJ.
Yeah, right now it's just the racetrack that he's having to deal with right now. And I'm looking at other cameras that we have. There's really no one else off the course that should impede his progress, but it's just a matter of how hard he can attack and stay on the track.
Coming to the checkered flag. Appears to be clear for Justin Marks, but he's got about 7 more corners to negotiate. Cleanly through 6.
Yeah, this is exactly what he's done all day. Better than everyone else in these severe conditions that he's encountering right now. Doing a very, very nice job of staying in front of Sam Hornish.
Last weekend, wife Erin and Justin welcomed baby Presley into their world. Could they have another big day for the Marks family here? Carefully up to that left-hander goes Justin Marks. Needing and using the entire racetrack. Final 2 corners for Marks. Can he do it? He's through 12. He makes the left-hand turn through turn 13, and Justin Marks is going to win at Mid-Ohio.
Yeah, you did it! Good job. Thank you so much. Woohoo! Thank you. Hey guys, congratulations. You guys did this, getting them on and off pit road. Now make sure you keep your radios dry.
Take care of the equipment. Couple more races coming in line here. Jones staying in front of Lally for 6th. And this remarkable day is coming to a close finally here at the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. There's Darrell Wallace. Had so much going early on. He'll come across unofficially 15th. There is the winner. Oh my goodness, for Justin Marks. Look at the joy from that driver.
You know, we talked about all the points that could possibly change hands today around that bubble spot. Well, it changed by one point is all that it was, as Blake Cook was 12th and Ross Chastain 14th. So not much difference there for the afternoon.
Parker's caught up with the winning crew chief, Mike Shiplett.
Yeah, he's actually putting his radios down. You heard him say, protect those radios. It's absolutely pouring right here. Get some congratulations from other members on the team. Just making sure those radios are safe right now, away from the rain. Mike, a crazy day, a variable day, also an emotional day for this team to go out there and get in victory lane.
Yeah, it's great for the Katera Chevrolet. Justin Marks getting his first win. It's just great for the team. Now we've got Justin and Kyle winning both in the 42 cars. Just a great day for Chip Ganassi Racing. Everybody back at the shop. We built 2 new road course cars for these 3 events here, and I couldn't be prouder of everybody. Everybody did a great job, gave 100%, and that's what we need to do to win these races.
Yeah, this is Mike Shipley going to head to victory lane. Dave?
Parker, this track has been good to Justin Marks. His career best finish up to this point in the Xfinity Series came right here 2 years ago. It was a 6th.
Yeah, and what a great job they did of managing this race, of knowing when to put, which tires to keep on their driver, when to keep him out. You know, we questioned how long they stayed out on that first run after they put the rain tires on, but he was doing a great job of managing, and they did everything right today, and great job.
Justin Marks heads toward victory lane. We will join him when we come back to Mid-Ohio. We'll talk to him, find out what he thought of today.
Toyota, let's go places.
I can't believe the $5 lunch comes with a DQ sundae.
I can't believe it comes with a bacon cheeseburger, fries, drink, plus a DQ sundae.
It's like the sundae is free.
I can't believe we stopped for lunch.
Nothing fills you up like the $5 lunch.
What you got there?
New Cheez-It sandwich crackers, made with real cheese.
Mmm, sandwiches.
Sandwich with a D.
Sandwich.
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 See?
We take the time for our cheese to mature in our new Cheez-It sandwich crackers.
Sandwiches.
They brought the machines to pit road as we welcome you back to the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. Appreciate you sticking around today and seeing what was a very unpredictable and unlikely race with a winner who came to the fore with the weather conditions that he was given, and that was Justin Marks. Now the chase standings, DJ mentioned they didn't change much over on the right. The bubble standings, Blake Cook gained a solid point over Ross Chastain. Dakota Armstrong and Jeremy Clements still within reach.
Yeah, tough day for Jeremy Clements, though. He finished back in 34th, lost a lot to that 12th place spot, but Blake Cook did a nice job. Saw him off course a couple of different times, but was able to manage, keep his car headed in the right direction, and a solid finish for him the day in 12th.
Parker Kligerman has caught up with second place finisher Sam Hornish Jr.
From winning the pole to spinning to coming all the way back to second, what do you see from your point of view?
I couldn't see a whole lot there at the end. You know, you're supposed to stay off the rubber, you know, when it rains, and by about 5 laps into a run, we only got windshield wiper on one side, and you couldn't see anything off to that right side, so you're kind of guessing where you're going. But all in all, a good day for the Rheem Chevrolet. You know, my hat's off to Justin Marks because, you know, I generally held myself as a pretty decent rain racer, and even given the opportunity there at the end, I couldn't do anything with him. I mean, I would have had to take massive chances with our car to be able to do anything, and then you still got to pass me even just to keep up with him. So proud of what the guys gave me on the 2 car today, and wish we'd have got a little bit more out of it. In the dry, I feel like we can win, but you know, Justin just went out there and was a monster in the wet.
You mentioned how good Justin was. What would you may have needed in your race car to go out there and be able to challenge him for the victory in those last couple laps?
Well, I mean, there was a couple times that we got up towards the front. We got pushed off going down into turn 1 on the restarts, and then I got excited and trying to get back up through the field. But even there towards the end, I mean, we were second and just couldn't do anything with him. I don't know if maybe they put some things more in their car that was able to do that, but I raced with him back at Road America a few years ago in the rain, and he was very fast then as well. So I had a feeling that if it rained, that he was going to be somebody that I was going to have to contend with.
10-4, congratulations. Heading over to Ryan Blaney over here. Ryan, hey, Ryan, if I grab you for a second, crazy day for you as well. Up and down, spinning, coming all the way back. What did you see from your point of view?
A lot of grass towards the end of the race for me. I kept running off. That was unfortunate. I made a lot of mistakes, but we had a really fast car. The rain and then stopping and drying out, that was a blast. I hope it was fun for the fans to watch. It was fun to drive, trying to figure out when to put slicks on and when to put wets back on. That was really cool. And we were so fast before that last caution. When it stopped raining, I found a deal that was really good, and then it started raining again, and it wasn't as good. So congrats to Justin. That's cool to see. There's no nicer guy in the garage, but thank Discount Tire and Ford for letting me do it, and that was fun.
Your crew chief, Brian Wilson, mentioned you made a joke about being able to practice for rain racing in go-karts at the GoPro Motorplex. Is there anything in your career that you could say this was like today?
Not really. Maybe if you went out in a Ford Mustang and bald tires in the rain, that was about it. But just fun, man. It was cool to go out and laugh a lot and get angry, but get over it and realize that it's tough to mess up for guys. But just a lot of fun.
Congratulations. We'll also move over to Ty Dillon here. Man, you led the race, got off track. What do you need there to maybe battle that 42 for the victory at the end?
The rain was not really my friend. My game plan was just stay on track, and probably did one of the better jobs of doing that. And it put us in the front row at the end of the race. I really didn't want to see that last caution. I was hoping it'd go green and maybe Justin wouldn't slip up, but I think I need to get over to GoPro Motorplex in the rain and do a little practicing. I thought but West Coast Chevy was one of the better cars in the dry, and we were able to take the lead in the dry. As soon as it started raining again, we kind of became a top 5 car, but it was all about surviving, and congratulations to Justin. He really had the rain line right.
And you mentioned that rain line and all the things you're experiencing. What really stuck out to you as probably the toughest conditions we had today at what point in the race?
The track conditions changed with the amount of rain that we were getting. When it would pour, it'd be different. You had to drive different. If you had a couple laps without any rain, you could start hustling harder, but you kind of had to drive different lines. And at certain times my line was good. Then it would rain a little bit harder, and then my line wouldn't be as good, and you had to move around. And it was all about really just being consistent, staying on the track. And I messed up one time in the keyhole and got off track and lost some ground to Justin there. But I don't think we were the strongest car in the rain, but we did a good job of surviving. The guys did a great job from starting last and coming up through the field. So it was a lot of fun, and we'll go on to Bristol.
Ty Dillon survived for 4th. Mike?
And the makeshift victory lane is full of celebration. Justin Marks, his first career Xfinity Series win. Special day, I'm sure. How would you describe it?
These are as tough conditions as you can put drivers in. So, I mean, it's just really hard on everybody. It's when it's dry and wet and you don't really know what to do. So strategy plays a big role in everything. You know, my specialty is road racing in the rain in these stock cars, and I don't get much of an opportunity to do it. So when that opportunity presents itself, you have to really take advantage of it. And I about threw it away today, but I knew if the race ended in the rain that we'd have a real shot at winning it. So I wish my family was here. I'm just really happy.
What does this mean for you, personally?
I mean, it means the world. I mean, I'm not a big time race car driver. I've had a big career with a lot of rides and stuff, and you know, it just means a lot to be able to get an opportunity with Chip Ganassi Racing and to get a win. I wish my family was here. And also, we're thinking about Brian and his family too, Brian Clausen.
We documented the decal that is on the seat post for all the Ganassi cars today. Not lost on the race fans, I'm sure, that this victory is special for that as well.
Yeah, it is. You know, Brian's short career in stock car racing came with Chip Ganassi Racing. So, you know, it's great to be able to put this thing in victory lane and to honor him and think about him. And, you know, we're thinking about Tim and Lauren, and, you know, he's a real American hero race car driver, Brian was. They don't make him like that anymore, and we're thinking about him. And I'll be at Knoxville here in probably 2 hours, and I'll be able to go say hi to the family and try to get a win tonight with Shane Stewart and Larson Marks Racing.
Certainly no better way to honor Brian Clausen than a victory by Justin Marks. His first career in the Xfinity Series for Chip Ganassi Racing. Congratulations.
Thank you. Parked it for BC.
Dave?
DJ, a lot of emotion right there.
Yeah, a lot of emotion for a lot of different reasons. But one thing I will disagree with him about is he is a big-time racer. I mean, you don't get in these conditions and not be. What an outstanding job by Justin Marks today here. You know, every driver it has different skills and skill levels, and he showed exactly what his were here today. He's an outstanding driver anyway, but that was just amazing to watch him navigate through the most difficult conditions that this series has ever been through, I believe.
Wife Erin and baby Presley very proud of him back at home. Well, we appreciate you hanging around with us today, watching some great racing and to see what Justin Marks did. We'll see you at Bristol Motor Speedway next weekend. For Parker Kligerman and Mike Massaro, along with my partner Dale Jarrett here in the booth, I'm Dave Burns saying thank you so much for enjoying the hits, and they kept coming here at the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. Make sure you tune in the next time we have NASCAR racing. We'll see you in Bristol next week. There's your winner today at Mid-Ohio, Justin Marks.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our fans for your support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.